So, who knows? This is actually working right now or not. What I want to do, I just want to try something new. Because if we have that, and then maybe here, is that doing what I want it to do? I don't know. Let's find out. Hey, that is. Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, can you hear this? Does it sound right? Never done this. Sounds quiet. Sweet. Cool. Alright. I'm just gonna play some Catan. Ooh. Does it sound right? Never done this. Sounds quiet. Oh, there we go. There we go, baby. Sweet. Cool. Alright. I'm just gonna play some Catan. Ooh. Sound right? Never done this. Sounds quiet. Cool. There we go, baby. Sweet. Cool. Alright. I'm just gonna play some Catan. Sounds quiet. Cool. There we go, baby. Sweet. Cool. Alright. I'm just gonna play some. Hmm. 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 Guys, I literally have no idea if this is right or not, but who knows, you guys? I just trying to figure this whole thing out. Really is. It's a process. It's a process to say the least, and half the time I don't even know what I do or what's going on. Like, I try my best with what I do. It's just times when it's rough. I think we all have that happen. And right now, like what I'm doing, you know? Like, we have this plan, this idea, this view of how things are supposed to work out. And sometimes they work out that way. Thank you, brother. And like, I've always wanted to like, ever since I found out that you could make a living off of creating content, it was something that I was like, I'd like to try this. I'd like to give this a go. I don't know how I'll do it or what will happen, but I have these conversations with these people all the time. And it's probably because it's not meant for the anime niche. I just wish that it was. I just don't think that it is as much as I want it to be. I just don't see that being the case. It's sad. It really is, because it's like I see myself and in these other people, this younger community, like all around the world per se, and I'm just like, can you guys not do anything with this? Like, I just remember how I felt, and in the places that I was in. Sure, why not? Whatever. It's just like, I remember these days. I remember this time when I was all by myself, and I was watching a lot of anime. I was watching a lot of just cartoons and movies, and I wasn't really doing anything like meaningful with my life. I need some brick. And I was like, it'd be pretty neat to... Dude, I need brick. I have 2 brick. 2 sheep, maybe? Somebody trade me that. For 1 sheep. A wheat and a rock. For a brick. 2 bricks. Sure. It's not necessarily that it's like, I enjoy my life. I do. I like the things that I do. I enjoy the people that I talk with. I just couldn't do what I was doing any longer. At least not at that company. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to be doing this. I want to be live streaming. I want to be talking. I want to be able to be sharing, like, inspirational content, motivational speaking on stages to inspire other people. And maybe I'm being stubborn and sticking with this anime content because I'm like, hey, this is what I want to do. I've been doing it for 3 years, and maybe those are the things that I need to let go of. Maybe I'm holding on to a hope that something will come true, when probably nothing will. I mean, it will. It's just a matter of time, I would say. I want to get. Do they not have specials? Development cards? Can I get a? I would like a development card. Do I? I do have those. It's my turn. Get some development cards. But like I think back and I'm just like, what do I want in life? What do I want to have happen? Where do I want to be? Like, did I really want to be the person that was just staying at home watching anime? Didn't know how to talk with girls, didn't know how to approach strangers, and I was like, that just wasn't who I wanted to be. So like, yeah, sure, my content might not be the most interesting or entertaining out there, but I'm like, it's me. It's you get to see me. You don't get to see these other things that other people may put on or whatever it may be, and I'm just like, I just never enjoyed like the fakeness that I would see online. So I was gonna get a development card instead, but that's okay. I just wasn't a fan of that. So that was why I was like, the anime content that I saw, like, yeah, I never really watched much anime content, actually, at least not on YouTube. What I did watch is I did consume a lot of just anime as a kid, like One Piece, as you guys know. I enjoyed a lot of that. I knew there was more. I knew that wasn't the person that I was meant to be. So I started reading. I started learning. I gave up anime for the longest of time. Like I've told this to my buddy beforehand too. It's just like, I love doing this. I enjoy creating content and talking and just kind of sharing my overall experience, which that I find to be enjoyable. The aspect that maybe bugs me a little bit is it's just like, I know how much further I can go if, say, I do try a different niche or I try a different area or whatever it may be. I know I'll be successful in there, because when I left my old job of like video editing to start sales, that was when everything started to change for me. I have so many rocks. I just want to get one over here. I want to get to this port right now. But yeah, like I had so many opportunities. Like I was only making a decent amount. I don't need a rock, bud. I was making a decent amount when I was working in my sales job. No, sorry, my government job. I was making a decent amount. Need a tree. For a tree, please. Wait, is that what I... No, I need a brick. What do you mean no one wants to trade? I'm back here. Yes. Yeah, so it's been a journey. Oh, I can make a... It's been a journey, to say just the least, the most. So, who knows? This might be the last month when I do anime content. Not entirely, because like I enjoy talking about it. I enjoy watching it. So it's like, it just might not be as relevant, and it might not just be anime content anymore. It's probably going to transition over to other forms, other mediums of content as well. Just to kind of give a little bit of a different style, because it's like I'm already, like, say, watching movies or going out and watching said thing. So what I might as well do instead... Why does somebody want wheat in a tree? Sure, why not? Yeah, we can complete that. I don't even know what I just did right there. But yeah, like, I think about those things. It's just like, what if I did other types of content, or I created other types of experiences? Because like I was saying, when I was doing my sales job or my government job, when I was editing videos, I was like, yeah, this is interesting. This is cool. I just had a feeling that like I could do more. And that's why when I got in sales, my income tripled in like less than a year, pretty much. So I was like, well, if this is what's happening from me just doing this, like making one small little shift, I'm like, well, what would that mean if I shifted again? You know? And I thought about that for a minute. I was like, how much further could I go? I'm in fourth. I finished fourth. Yeah, that works. We'll do. Okay. Oh, they got all these different ones. I don't want to buy one. Sure. Learning to play the game. Like, that's all I guess it is, really. Is it's just a game. What do I need? I always forget which ones I need. Brickstone and wheat. Yeah, that should work. And then I want to go. Need to get to some trees, so we'll go down. Oh, I'd homeboy have to go there. I mean, that's only fair, I guess. Oh, I need some trees. Yep, I had a feeling he was gonna go there. Oh, why? Dude, this is not great. But I have no trees. I have literally no trees. So, well, that's exciting. Alright. That's really not a great position for me, but maybe I should have gone there instead of there, but that's okay. Yeah, so the biggest part right now is just figuring out how I'm going to get income coming in each and every single month. Yeah, left my sales job to do this. And the thing is, like, I know how to sell, so that's why I'm not worried about what may come, because I know I can just go out and I can hustle and I can just take my time with this whole, like, content creation thing. And that's why like, my most valuable or trait that I've ever, like, learned is acquiring skills. Skills such as, like, being able to sell is one of the biggest ones, because once you know how to sell, you're never going to go hungry again, which is probably one of the best things that I can recommend, is understanding how to sell, understanding the mechanics behind sales. It's a very valuable trait to have, and it's something that I myself, like, I pride myself on my sales. It's just communicating with people. And I know it doesn't relate to anime, and it's not like the big, like, oh, hey, this is anime and we're going to be talking about sales, or like, what do we want to do? Because, like, my thing is I've wanted to make money. Like, that's just been I wouldn't say driving factor, but it's something that I've wanted to do. So I figured this is always a good starting place, is if I come in here, I don't know why I traded a sheep for that, but whatever, that's fine. I'm not even really playing. I'm kind of playing the game. I'm also kind of not. And maybe that's the secret, is, like, you can't be half in, you can't be half out. And maybe for too long I have been half in and half out instead of just, like, fully committing, which is a big reason as to why I left my job to, like, give content creation a try. Will you give me anything? Why does somebody want a rock? See, but I don't need a rock. I need brick. Nobody wants brick. I don't know, dude. I'm just... It gets easier. I figure, like, me posting content every single day, which I hope you guys are liking that for this month, and trying to do these live streams. I'm new to this, and that's the thing that I figure if we're new to these things, then it's something that we can kind of start together, which, let me see if I can, hold on. That's not what I want. I thought there was a way for me to do this really quick. Not my turn, so we're good. But yeah, it's just like, I'd rather be the type of person that just starts and tries something, and instead of like, say, coming back and looking back on this 5 years later, 6 years later, or whatever it may be, where it's just like, you know, I wish I would have tried YouTube. I wish I would have given it my all when it came down to creating content. And let's go with Homeboy. When it came down to creating content, when it came down to just my overall choice with my life, I was like, I'd rather give it a try than give it no try at all, because it's something that I've always been told ever since I grew up, was like, it's better to try something than not try anything at all and then regret that choice maybe a bit later or whatever it may be. So that's why, like, at least that's a big part as to why I need one more rock. It's a big part as to why I do what I do, is because I'd rather not regret my life. I'd rather continue like on and be like, hey, I gave it my all. Yeah, I had a feeling we were gonna get those taken. 2, 3, 4. I should have brought one of these. Oh well. I haven't played Katana in a minute, but like, yeah. Who knows, you guys? Who knows? I was trying to find out a way if I could share the Discord link so you could join on, and then we could just have a conversation instead of me just kind of talking just to talk. So I always like just having one-on-one conversations with everybody. So I was like, maybe somebody would want to join. We could have a conversation here. Who knows? I'm going to take one of these. Alright. So, yep. We'll just keep doing what I do, I guess. I mean, that's all I really can do at the end of the day, right? There's no guarantee. All there is this. I don't know how to change my stream rate. Appreciate whoever's been coming on and chilling with me for a bit. Because, guys, I just trying something new. See how it works. That was 7. I'm going to put it on this one. And we'll go with Pepe this time. Trees. I need trees. Trees. We'll get another. Can I need 3 rocks and 2 wheat. Let's grab another one of those. Okay. No, I'm not trading. Naval DVR. Like, I don't even know how this works. I'm under the impression at least it's better to just start, try something, and then make adjustment changes, pivots, whatever it may be along the way. Because otherwise it's not ideal. Like, we can always think that we're going to do this, we're going to do that, or whatever it may be, and it's just like, no. What we will do is what we try. Might fail miserably, but it could also be one of the best decisions that we've ever made. I do have a road. So, it's it's better in my opinion to try something than not to try anything at all. Because you never know where it could go. Like this right here, I'll stream for probably about an hour and a half or so. A little bit of a break. I don't even know how streaming works. This probably isn't even related to anime. At least this content isn't. Because I enjoy anime. I do. I just don't enjoy it maybe in the same ways as other people do. It's just like I'd rather improve, make lots of money, live my life, talk with people, interact with strangers, like, and just kind of go out into the world, date women, sleep with beautiful women, have a great time, and just kind of see where that adventure takes us. Can I put this down? Can't put that down there. I wanted to have a house. I can't have a house yet, so we'll grab another victory card. Okay, and then we'll go and turn. Yeah, so it's a process. It's an ever-evolving process, and I guess that's all we can really do is just do our best. That's what we had to work with. It's nothing's ever going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be the exact way that it needs to be, but yeah. Should be able to put a house right there. Or even right there. What do I need for a house? I need a brick and a tree. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can. That'll have to do for right now. Oh, you guys. So, yep. Just playing a little game. Catan. It's exhilarating content. But I mean, it's better, like, I mean, if I was going to do this, it's like I might as well share it compared to just letting it, you know, not go anywhere. It's at least my impression of what I'm under. I just feel it's better to do something than nothing. Because I was on this trip this past weekend as well. I will take that. I will need that brick later, but I need a tree more, so I'll give you a tree. Thank you. Let's get my brick back. Oh, I need a wheat. Somebody give me a wheat. Two sheeps? 3 sheeps. Hey, what's up, boy? How you doing? Oh. I'm good, man. Appreciate you joining for me for a little bit. I feel like this is more natural for me, dude, so appreciate you coming on. You been watching my content for a little while or what? What you think about it? You like it? What do you think? Appreciate that. Yeah, I know it's a lot different from like other anime content out there, at least from what I've seen. It's not necessarily the same. Like it's just not the same. I feel like it's different. It's not the whole like fighting and action type of stuff. It's more real life applicable stuff. At least that's what I try to do. Yeah, that's been kind of what I've been trying to do. Cause have you been watching anime for a while then too? I'm assuming. Anything in particular that you like? It's based off Cyberpunk. I'm not familiar with the one that's based off of Cyberpunk. Oh, dude. See, and I don't. Okay. See, on Netflix, they kind of. I don't. You're probably like. I was under my parents' Netflix for a while, and then getting out of my own, they're like, yeah, so you can't have Netflix on your own unless you want to pay for it. So I haven't watched that one. What is that called? Punk. Okay, so it is still the Cyberpunk one then, yeah. Yeah, dude, that one hit me hard, man. Like, I don't know what it was about that one. I was like, it was one of the best ones that I've seen in some time. Like it was what I needed at the time. So, dude, I was bawling my eyes out. Like watching that movie, like seeing David and Lucy come together. I was like, these two are they're inseparable, and that's something that I've always wanted myself personally. So I'm like, maybe the right girl will come around, and then maybe things will just end up working out. But yeah, like the whole love story that they had in there, and I'm a little sappy when it comes to those types of things. Like us as men, I think we're always told like, hey, don't show your emotions, don't show these types of things. But it's just like, if I like this, I like this. So I might as well enjoy that process. Which, yeah, it's a good one, and yeah, yeah, it's fun, man. hmm Which one is Choom? Are you talking like the little girl that had the gun? Yeah, yeah. No, she was sick. Like she was, and you thought they would end up together, not David and Lucy then. hmm Right. I kind of feel like that's almost like that's just kind of what I found out. Like women do sometimes. Like when they like us, they're like, okay, I need to step away for a little bit, and it's just like, why do this? Like, why put me through this type of thing? But like, yeah, it's it's crazy, dude. Yeah, I was just listening to this thing the other day actually where they were talking about this whole like how because like I'd love to go back and rewatch it again for the first time as well. And I would stream it on here too, but I'm worried that there's like I don't think I can stream and watch just for copyright purposes and everything like that, which is kind of the downside. But like from I was listening to this thing where it's just like I wish that we could go back and like rewatch our favorite animes or our favorite shows again because being able to see like it again for the very first time, like if I could go back and watch like Avatar: The Last Airbender or like Cyberpunk Edge Runner, like be able to watch that again for the first time and feel the things that I felt, it would be an amazing feeling. It's like we can't stand in the same river twice, sadly, which is something that's kind of right. It applies to like other things as well too, which is the kind of the sad part where it's just like I wish I could have this same experience again. But I look at it more as just like it brings in to view new experiences that we might not have originally had, which I almost enjoy. I enjoy that aspect a bit more um, than say something else. Let's actually see if I can. Oh, I see. I need one more wheat. Yeah, so I just like enjoy that way more than not being able to watch it at all in the first place. Uh, this is my problem because yeah, me trying to do both at the same time is always tough. And the whole like Jujutsu Kaisen was another one where it's like if I could rewatch that again too, that'd be pretty sick as well. Or even just go back. Like there's no way from what I've been able to see to be able to go back and do the same thing over again, even if we could. So it's like I would always be chasing after this next thing or the next thing and the next thing, and then I was like, there's no fulfillment in that. So like if I would say watch the anime and then come back at the end of the anime, I'd be like, all right, like what am I supposed to do right now? Where am I supposed to go with this type of thing? And I'd almost always feel empty sometimes after I'd spend like a full day binge watching an anime series or something like that. I was like, what did I do? Like I felt like I didn't accomplish anything. Didn't go to the gym, didn't walk, didn't do anything. And I get that like I needed times like that, and maybe you need times like that right now as well too. But it's like having that those days just sometimes it don't bring as much fulfillment as I would like in my life. I have so many sheep. 'Cause yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, I don't want to give up this part of myself because it's like I've been doing this for so long. So it's like if I give this up, then did all that work go in vain? Like who am I at that point? So at least that's like come to the realization for me because it's just like I love making these types of content and like I still will like continue doing these types of things. It's just it might be a little bit different. It might not be necessarily always focused around anime. It might just be like a show that I watch with like my girlfriend or whatever it may be, or it might just be like a movie that I end up going out and seeing instead of just focusing it so much on anime because it's just like I just back then. Oh, I can do a bank trade. I forgot about that. Like back then during COVID was when I started the channel, so I wasn't working all that much. I could just come sit at home, no questions asked, and binge watch like a 12 hours of anime or whatever it was, and then it's just like I just can't do that anymore. Like there's other things that have kind of come up in my life that I've had to start to take care of, and I feel like we all kind of come to that realization. Like happened for me after graduating from high school. I was like, okay, like what am I supposed to do with my life? Went to college, had no idea what I wanted to do for a degree. Ended up showing up there, and I was like, all right, got the degree. And then afterwards, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And I stumbled upon that, like, you could make money, like, at least an income by doing content creation. And I always had, like, a dream. So if I could make an income where I get to, like, stream and watch movies or whatever it may be, I'm like, I feel like that's the dream come true right there compared to, like, working, like, a normal standard day job or something like that. Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's never been who I've been per se. Mhm. 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 Yeah, that's got to be yeah, dude. Like I mean, at least you're doing I'd say it sounds like you're kind of doing the right steps right now too. Cuz like do you want to be playing sports in school though or would you rather just keep playing video games? That's it, right? Cuz yeah, it's tough because it's like video games are a part of our life. They're a part of my life when I was in high school as well too. I didn't have a whole bunch. I didn't really have any close friends at all in high school. I just went, showed up, came home, went downstairs in the basement where I was living, and then just pretty much maybe come up every now and then. But it was always video games or just like by myself. And that's just how I spent a lot of my years. I did marching band and like some other sports like gymnastics and diving, but other than that, like there just wasn't. I didn't have this drive to want to be like improve myself to be better until I hit high school and I had to be out on my own. I was like, all right, I got to take care of myself now. I got to be responsible for myself in ways that I haven't been in the past. To make sure that I can provide for like my future wife and kids and everything along those lines. Because the type of man that I was like back then, it wasn't somebody that I myself could be proud of. So that's why like I looked at anime and I was like, well, I'd rather talk to like people that were in my shoes. So I feel like if I was wanting to improve, there's probably other people out there as well that also want to have that are also probably tired of playing video games all the time. And clearly, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing video games per se, um, because like I do it all the time. I not as much now actually, but like back during COVID, I would play video games all the time, and like obviously playing like this now, but I look at it more as like a strategy game. I just spent time like I knew that I had a bigger, I guess, purpose that I could see myself going towards, and it required me to sacrifice certain things. Like I sacrificed a lot of anime in the beginning, just because like I knew it would help me in my journey in the long run. I just knew like it was just part of the whole. I should have put that down. It was part of my growing experience, and it's something that like I'd rather help somebody like say such yourself that it's like, okay, well, how can I get more into sports, or how could I get started out with like going to the gym, or how can I make sure that I get a job or a Sims card or something like that? Because there's steps that we can take to be able to get to that place. It takes time sometimes to get there, and knowing like where to start as well too. Awesome, yeah, of course, man. Like that's my whole thing. I'm like, if I can just help one person and just do something that hopefully maybe gives them a different perspective or view, to kind of like get started. That's why I was like, I've never live streamed before. I have no idea how to live stream. Like this could very well go terribly wrong, but I was like, I might as well give it a try. Who knows what'll happen? And like, dude, we like we live in a world from what I've come to see, like they push us and tell us that we need to do this, we need to do that. And I'm just like, well, why not do what I want to do? Like, why not you do what you want to do type of thing? So it's like, all these different avenues, and our parents will always tell us, like, oh, go get a real job, like, go play sports, go stop playing video games or whatever it may be. And it is useful. It's just also like, it's our choice, and we get to decide what we want to do with our lives as well, too, which is always something that I've had to keep in the back of my mind. So it's a journey to say the least, and I got my big thing is I'm just like, as long as you keep moving and don't get discouraged, everything will just kind of work out, in whatever regard that you're looking for it to work out in. Which I'm not sure if you have that direction quite yet, or if you're still kind of, I guess, trying to find it right now. Mm-hmm. Have you tried selling anything at all so far? Yeah, trying to find that, and I'm assuming that you're probably selling those on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. Yeah, that's a good place to start. Which I'm pretty sure there's a guy, which if you want to look into him, Gary V, he was always like a big dude that was like, oh yeah, go to garage sales, try to find different ways to sell like your products or whatever like your service or anything to make some extra cash, because I understand how like it can feel being strapped on cash. I was the same way. Like when I grew up, my parents, like I would I wanted like a Wii when I was a kid and like a GameCube, and they're like, well, hey, if you want that, like go mow lawns, go try and find some cash around, and that's what I started doing. So like I'd knock doors. Like I knocked every door in my neighborhood. I was just like, hey, do you need somebody to mow your lawn or whatever it may be? They're like, yeah, we do. And I charge them like 20, $25 or whatever it was per lawn session. And that's why like now what I'm doing, instead of me doing some sort of like normal sales job at like a corporate like 9 to 5 company type of thing, I was like, might as well try selling for myself instead and see what can come of it. Because at that point, instead of me being limited by, say, the resources or the time that the person is allowing me to do, then I can decide how much I want to charge, how many hours I want to work per day, and be able to create content that way. Plus, I can focus more on creating like YouTube content for yourself and other people that watch as well too, to kind of have a little bit of a different perspective on the world. And yeah, it's because it's like I wish I could go back to high school with all the information that I have now, because like it would be night and day different. But it's also like I wouldn't go back and change like my situation, because like I needed those things to happen for me to be able to grow into the type of man that I could become, type of thing. So like you maybe not having the most income right now, or like the most amount of money, I'd almost put you at an advantage for that, because it's just like you almost have to find like different ways to get creative to find like, say, a Sims card for your phone, or find different ways of getting what you want out of life, because there is more resources than we care to consider, and it just takes time and a little bit of self reflection and questioning to kind of find those different ways to make some extra cash. Exactly. Which have you found anything in particular that's kind of you've stuck with, or that you found that has worked for you? That's good, dude. Cause and I'm assuming like it just took you time to be able to get to that place. Then it sounds like. How long would you say? Like a couple of years, or was it months, or what? And you think 2 years is a long time then? It is a it is at and it isn't. Like that's the great part, is it's like it is a lot of time, but it's also like in the grand scheme of things, like I've been doing this stuff for 6 years at this point, and like I keep going, type of thing. Try to figure it out as I make my way. Which that's the tough part, but at least you're able to find something that you kind of resonated with, which is good to hear. Mhm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which are you wanting to become an engineer then? Like, is that kind of the direction you're wanting to take it? Mm-hmm. Because that's always, yeah. Have you ever felt like you've had like something that you enjoy doing like throughout the days? Yeah. Yeah, dude, the career it takes time, man. Like it's not this like one fits all thing. I just always looked at it as like what is the one thing that you would want to do if you didn't have to get paid for it? Like if you didn't have to worry about money, if you didn't have to worry about funds, like what is that one thing that kind of like almost sets you on fire in a sense? And you might not know that right now. It's just like having your parents. Like I have a friend of mine who his dad always told him, he's like, yeah, go become an engineer, go become an engineer. And he came to the point where he's like, I don't want to be an engineer, and he ended up going and becoming a pilot and like doing pilot school. And I was like, that's awesome. So like if your grandma wants you to do that, I mean, by all means, man, like go off and do that thing. But it's also like, what do you want to do? Like you're the one that has to live with yourself for the rest of like your life type of thing, which I think sometimes we forget those things. I know I've forgotten that myself personally, so it's something that I was just try to remind myself of, that like the one person that I should make happy first at the end of the day is like myself, and then everybody else's opinion kind of comes secondary. It does take some time to get to that point, but it's a decision that like I wouldn't go back on if I had to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's stopping you from digging deep into it? Mm-hmm. But like, do you enjoy the outside aspect more than the inside aspect on your computer? Because it sounded like you really did like the whole building something on Blender. Just any reason in particular for trying to force yourself out of your comfort zone? Right. So like, but like with you creating the game, like creating something within Blender, that's not really you being on a game though. Like that's you almost creating your own figure and your own like diagram. It sounds like, or model, I guess I should say. Mm-hmm. Is there almost like a transferable skill? It sounds like. At least that's kind of what I'm picking up. which that like that's something that like if it's transferable, it's almost I'd say it's like that's good because then like you can almost use both of them at the same time compared to just having like to use one over the other, which would be helpful. Plus, like you'd probably find I'm not entirely sure, but you might find more enjoyment out of trying to build like something from scratch compared to like because at that point you're not really playing like the video game. You're more like, okay, I'm doing this because I want to create something that like nobody else has seen before. I want to add on to some other aspect, whatever it may be. And it's not like you're just wasting your time playing video games because at that point like you're almost bringing something back into the world. At least that's how I've looked at it. That's why like it's kind of like an excuse. It's like, okay, I can watch anime like if I make a video off of it because then like I'm not wasting this time type of thing. And it's not necessarily that I'm wasting time per se, but it's just like I'd rather do something that is going to give back to like someone like yourself or like my future self or my younger self compared to just like sitting inside. And who knows, maybe you posting or sharing like your CAD models too, like that could also be a way for you to step out of your comfort zone too, like if that is something that you are wanting to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like just not knowing where to go next type of thing. Yeah, and that's something that like I've had that fear myself as well too. And it's kind of like life just somehow manages to work itself out and like provides that to us when we need it. So it's almost like as long as you have a general idea of what like you want to do, the careers will kind of just like pop up out of the woodworks. And then on top of that too, a lot of like new careers are starting to come about. Like Blender wasn't even like a thing a couple of years ago, I bet. And now it's probably one of like it's a bigger platform. And CAD, like CAD's always been around too. So like we have all these different mediums that I think our parents or grandparents are just aunts and uncles, they don't see it that way. They just see the world as like, oh, you need to go get a normal job, you need to have a normal career, you need to live your life this way. And it's like, well, there's this whole different ecosystem, there's this whole different world out there that never existed back when they were growing up. So like when I think about like finding a career, I don't necessarily look at it in terms of like, okay, what is the one thing that I want to do? It's just like to make money. It's like, what do I want to do that's going to bring me the most amount of like fulfillment and joy? And then kind of like working backwards from there of like, what do I enjoy doing every day? What excites me in the morning to get out of bed? Um, who do I like who do I want to be for my future spouse? Like, what is the type of like what would that person be doing? And then I just try to do what that person would be doing every single day type of thing. I hope that answered your question in the way that yeah, because like things are they're ever evolving. Like when I first started making content, dude, like I wasn't expecting to make anime content at all. I was like, I'm never gonna like. That was always a part of me that I was like, yeah, I don't want this to be something that I share online because I was always like, I need to improve. I need to become better. I need to do the things that like these people that I'm watching are doing, like starting businesses in the ways that they're starting businesses. Like I need to create content in the way that they create content. And then I've been thinking lately and over the past couple of years, I'm like, well, what if I do content in the way that I want to create content? Like, where would that lead me then? And that's kind of where I've shifted like my mindset and my worldview to, because it's a lot more enjoyable trying to do like what I want to do compared to what everybody else is telling me what I should do. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. It's like, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. Like, why are you telling me that this isn't the right thing? It's like, this is my life type of thing. Like, why are you telling me that I'm playing video games? And it's like, this is completely different. And that's the thing that, like, I was talking with this girl last night too, and we were talking with this like 70-year-old guy, and I could see on her face that she was kind of getting upset with what he was talking about, just like with family dynamics and everything like that. And I talked with her afterwards, and I was just like, why were you feeling upset over this? And she's like, well, it just kind of felt like he, he was kind of attacking it. She almost felt attacked because of the things that he was saying, just around like family dynamics and like how kids should like how families are kind of separated, and most people don't really have like family dinners together anymore. And I was talking with her, and I was like, well, he doesn't know you. He doesn't know your past. Like, he doesn't know these things that you've gone through yourself personally. And that's where like family members is probably one of the hardest things to, I'd say, ignore, because like their voices are typically the loudest in our heads because they've just been like with us for so long that we think that we need to listen to what they say. But it's just like, Blender's completely different from playing video games. Like, I watched this dude a while ago. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He had like a face, like his face was half painted, and he did a lot of stuff like in Blender, and he'd make some like really cool, amazing designs within there. And I was like, I wish that I had a talent like that, but my brain just doesn't work that way. So I was like, well, I can't do that. But then like, if somebody's like, oh, you should get started on this, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can go up and talk to this stranger, no questions asked type of thing. So it really is just a matter of like, I don't want to say like ignoring your family and your relatives, but in a sense, almost like kind of ignoring them, of like, hey, I'm gonna try this thing, and if you guys don't like it, like, you don't like it. But it also might be hard, like you being in the position that you're in, because like I don't know your family dynamics or anything like that. But that's just something that I've always kind of like tried to do, is remove the family aspect. And if I don't have to be around them, and I mean, as you get older, you have a lot more freedom to do those things. Like, there's family members that I don't connect with all that well, so I just don't see them. It's just, I just don't see them at all, because I'm like, you guys are making me think small. You're making me doubt my ability to like do this thing that I know I is capable of doing. And it's just a different worldview that they just don't have, and they never will truly understand, because they just aren't in the same like ecosystem or reality view that like you and I are in, type of thing. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's like, parents want the best for us. So it's just like, they're going to try and do everything that protects us. It's been it's been an ever evolving process, like with my parents. It's just like, yo, like, I'm doing this, like, but I have to talk with them, and it takes time because most of the time, like, parents are like, oh, you don't know shit, like you're a kid, like I know everything, like I've been around a lot longer than you have, so like I know better than you, but it's like, do you, like, do you really know me? Like I'm able to take care of myself. I'm able to take care of my eczema. I'm able to take care of like my finances and my food and everything along those lines. Whereas maybe they didn't have that same thing in the beginning, or maybe they did and they're trying to like give you more freedom or responsibility, or like lack of responsibility, which is, I don't think it's the right way, because then it's like when you do start to go out into the real world and it's just like, well, I can't take care of myself right now. That's what we seem to run into a lot nowadays, where it's just like people just don't seem to know how to take care of themselves, which I get it, but it's also like it takes time, dude. And like if you wanted to, like, it's just a matter of like asking them the questions of like, hey, is there a reason why like you're doing this, or like is there any way that like, and it takes time, obviously, don't get me wrong with that, but it's just like, is there anything that, like, do you not think that I'm able to take care of my eczema, or like what do you like, have you ever played video games? Like I don't know how much, if they've ever even played video games or been on like the computer, because it sounds like they aren't all that educated along with like games and systems and how they work, because I know for a fact that being on a computer is not going to cause any sort of like skin disease or anything like that. Like that's just not part of it. So it almost sounds like just ignorance on their part personally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that's a tough place to be in, because it's just like, oh, the people, like they only see what they see, and like if you're in the right communities, like not everybody's toxic, not everybody's gonna be thinking this way or that way about whatever you're doing. It's just like they're gonna be looking at it from their perspective, from what they have to go off of. And if like your uncle was playing CS:GO and was part of those like negative toxic communities, that's all they're ever gonna see. And then when they see you, it's just like, well, he's also gonna be a part of that because the uncle was, and it's just like, well, no, like we're different people. We aren't one and the same. Like, are you the same as your grandma? Are you the same as your sister or like your husband or whatever it may be? And it's just like, no. So why do you think that I'm going to be the same as my uncle? Why do you think I'm going to start like learning all these bad words and doing whatever bad things, joining like negative communities, which it doesn't sound like you're that. I'm not getting that impression from you by any means. So it's a very weird approach that somebody would be like almost like dictating or controlling like what you can do in that regard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like my parents, when I was younger, like I wanted to start a website and like have my own like website on the computer and like have a business like when I was younger as a kid. And they told me, they're like, hey, you know that like once it's online, like it's up there forever. And I was like, okay. And that scared me for the longest time, because I was like, well, if this is up here forever, like I can't be sharing this because it's there forever. But then like after going to college and like being out there and learning about like how people were making an income off of like the internet and like studying and having websites was actually a good thing. I was like, see, like I listened to my parents back then, where like if I wouldn't have listened to them at that point in time, part of me is always like, not even part of me, but I always wonder like what could have happened, like if I would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna just make my own website and try and create money on my own, like without them knowing per se, and just kind of see where that takes me. Like obviously I wouldn't do it like in a way that like defiled them or like made them disrespect me or anything like that. But it's just like, what if I would have tried back then? Like what if I would have gone and did something else? But that's why I'm like, now that I'm on my own, making my own money, like doing my own thing, they have no jurisdiction over my choices any longer. And it's hard, like in high school, like they do kind of, I wouldn't say they control like our like control us, but they do have like certain, like we kind of have to follow certain rules of theirs, because like we are still living under their thumb type of thing. Does get easier though, man. Like that much I can tell you. Like the more you do it, the more like just chatting with me or having other conversations with other people around these things, like that's how I was always able to progress, because I would always try having, like if I ever had a question and I knew that like my parents weren't able to answer it or whatever it may be, like I would just go out into public and I'd try to ask a friend of mine or a stranger, whatever it may be, which that led me down a route of, okay, hey, I can do this. I can make this work out, and I can find different avenues in other communities and other people. And I feel like your guys' generation is a lot better at finding online communities, because I never understood the whole like online community aspect thing. So I think you're a leg up from me in that regard, hands down. Like, so you don't think you're into it too much? Then it doesn't sound like. Mm-hmm. Which is good. And I so like you say you're negative a lot of the time. So like you don't have, like, in what ways would you say you're negative a lot? Yeah. Okay. And yeah, so anger's a funny thing, because anger is one of those things where it's like, um, dude, it's a matter of like us as men, we aren't told to show emotions. So like, you know how you were talking about like how Lucy and like Cyberpunk and like it made you like emotional and you almost cried during that. Like that's kind of the same thing, because I've had anger issues myself as well too, and I wouldn't necessarily consider that like negativity type of thing, but it's just like I would get angry and I'd hit walls or I'd hit the ceiling of my car or whatever it was, and I've started to realize where it's just like that's just a matter of me feeling sad or lonely or isolated or like I messed up in some way, instead of me being like sad, like, so I just jump to the anger type of thing instead, and it's just an easier response compared to feeling the emotions that we are supposed to feel, because we as men, we don't have that that freedom, you know. I've right, dude. I have no idea how to play this game too, by the way, so I appreciate you joining in. Okay. Yeah, dude. Like I didn't even know communities like this existed. Like I always thought like, okay, I'm just always going to be on my own, doing my own thing type of thing. And it's just like, well, that's not necessarily the case. Like we both have our own characteristics, our own strengths. So might as well kind of use both of those. Hey, nice job. To be able to win, or like just why allow other people to dictate our choices and what we do has always been my thing. Let's do this. Dude, I don't even know. Because it's not. Oh, I have to do that first. Okay. I see what we're doing now. Yeah, like I joined another community on Discord as well, where they're all into like YouTube and content creation and everything like that. And I talk with them. So it's just like I have multiple different things that I try quite a bit. Like I have the anime channel that I do. Like I have like I do like a channel where like I go out and I talk with people, or I just like do like little daily vlogs of my exercises. Then I do like a podcast. Like I have all these different things because I'm just I totally could have won there. I do all these different things because I just don't know what is the one thing that sticks. And that's why I'm under the impression I'm like, might as well just try everything under the sun. And as long as you don't stop, you're never gonna lose. Exactly. And like it compounds upon itself as well too. So it's one of those things where as long as like the information, so like the reason how I was able to like grow as quickly as I did in my sales career was because I had put in years of work prior to then, and that provided me a lot more, I guess, advantage to other people that were in the sales company, because it's just like I had already been doing this for the past like 10 years or whatever it may be, and it's just like I came in and I just dominated. So that's why like if you're doing CAD already or you're doing blenders, like might as well just keep at that, because you never know where that opportunity is going to lead you, you know? And I do think the internet has made things a whole lot easier for all of us, because like it allows for us to connect to each other in ways that like we couldn't have originally done beforehand, which is fantastic. Yeah, dude. Like I feel like that'd probably be like the best place to start, or Reddit, or like I don't know how big Facebook is in like your guys' generation now, but like that was always a place that I could have won that one again too. That was always a place that like I was always told to go to. It's like Facebook groups, Discord, any place that has people that are like doing the same thing that I want to be doing is the place that I want to be, because we all like it can be lonely, especially if like the people that are close to us don't get it. And our friends, thank you. And our friends, like, they don't understand it either. It's just like, who else will? So, like, finding those other communities out there, like, I wish that I had, like, this back when I was young, because I didn't have other people to talk to. So I just spent most of my time alone, staying in the basement, which helped me in the long run, because I was able to become more comfortable and confident within myself, because I realized that I don't necessarily have to have people around me to feel a certain way, you know? That was a quick one. Right? My buddy just texted me saying that apparently chat can't hear you guys if you're talking too. I don't know if they can just hear me, because it says my audio is working, dude. I don't even know half the time. I just want to try something. But yeah, it's like there's all these different processes that we can go through. Okay. Gotta figure that out next time. Figure that out. I have no idea how to fix that. Dude, it's new to me. But like that's what, like, if you find communities and other people that are doing like what you want to do, it will help, which is weird. Why is this not? Let me try this. Maybe.
Oh.
Is that working for you? I don't know.
Is it? Wait, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear myself too, but I'm wondering if it's echoing now, possibly. I had my headphones on, so I don't know if that's what it was.
I think it might be me. My headphone's pretty cheap, so it might be me.
I just took mine off, so we'll see if that fixes it or not. Because I have this camera. Yeah, this is me being in my late 20s, having no idea how to do streaming. My friend, back when like COVID happened, he he helped me out a lot, like with like doing this type of stuff. So I was like, maybe I can kind of try this, but like I have a feeling that you're probably on a PC right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So like I'm on a MacBook, and MacBook's audio is weird when it comes to like capturing two things at once. It can capture like my microphone, but it can't always capture the like the external audio, which I'm like, I don't understand why it does that. It's a little frustrating from time to time, and that's why I'm like, I should just build out my own PC and get that instead.
Yeah, I think maybe building a PC might be easier, but like it's really expensive. It really is.
But like, so like that's something that I'll like. This is something. So like how you were saying that you talk like negative from time to time. So like expensive can be subjective, because like to you right now, probably $1,000 per month is
nice.
expensive. Thank you. Whereas like
It is.
for me, like my base income, my base like expenses bills per month is like $3,000 right now.
What?
Yeah. So that's why it's like it's subjective. So like when you say expensive, it's just like what are you comparing said expenses to, you know?
Oh, I see. I see. What I usually when I compare it is like usually to the amount I have. That's why.
Exactly. And that's how I think a lot of people end up comparing it to one another. Um so that's always like the tough part, because we're just going to be comparing it to each other instead of to ourselves. And let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, dude, it's a process, to say the least. So like that's why the way that we talk to ourselves is probably one of the most important things. So like if you ever say like you are getting like you are talking to yourself in a negative way, or you're talking to yourself in like maybe not the best way, whatever it may be, being able to switch that frame is one of the best like skills that I've ever picked up. It does take practice, but like being able to catch yourself with like, I'm trying to think of a negative statement. I can't even like barely ever come up with negative statements anymore, as weird as that may be. What would that like? Okay, so like just the other night, I was talking with this girl, same girl as earlier, and brought up the point where it's just like, she was like, I'm an idiot, and I'm like, you're not an idiot. She's like, yeah, and I'm like, no, like what makes you think that you're an idiot? And she's like, I'm like, if you say that you are, then you're going to start to believe that to be true. Whereas if you just kind of like remove that belief, then like it just never, it won't happen, type of thing. And that's why like the mind is probably, if not one of the most powerful things that we have as people, and is one of the most undervalued skills that we have. So like if we tied back to like how you play soccer, on like a given day, like, and how it took you just a while to figure out how to like kick the ball in the right place and how to get good at that. Nicely done. It's the same thing with like our mind. Like if you start to think differently and just start to like just kick the ball and get used to kicking the ball or get used to like doing like a mental push up or whatever it may be, everything's going to become a lot easier to understand. And then it's just going to start to become like a compound effect after a certain point in time.
Yeah, that really brings up how. Wait. Oh, I forgot what I was about to say.
Yeah, dude. It happens from time to time, so no worries.
My bad. I'm like thinking really hard about it, and my brain just sometimes just stops.
Yeah, I mean, I got the same thing where like I'll be trying to come up with something, and it's just like I have no idea what what it is, and then it's just like
Nice.
it ends. Thank you. Ends up coming back to me out of the ether, I guess, which is it's cool to see because like sometimes we might get off topic or we might go somewhere else, but I always look at it as like our brains brought us to that place because that's the place that we needed to go, you know?
Yeah, but sometimes our brain, we could be really hard on ourselves to a point where like we limit ourselves. Like how you said that girl called herself an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in her head she's been called that so many times to the point where like just stays with it and then just just says that like it just repeats in her head. You know what I mean? Like I kind of have the same problem, but I don't think so. Like where my friends usually call me what's it called? A little slow, you know, and it's like it's just stuck in my head, and we're like maybe I am a little slow at times. Then like they always pull it up, and like in my head, I'm like maybe I am slow. I keep thinking like, geez, I am, and it's like then sometimes I just don't improve upon it because then I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm an idiot.
Well, like that's the hard part, dude, is because like saying the word I am, whatever you put behind that is one of the like that's something that like I don't know if you know much about yoga or Eastern philosophies or anything like that, but that's one of the biggest traits and characteristics that they have was they talk about how whatever you say after the I am is what it like is what starts to become true. So like if you're like, oh, I am this way or I am that way, then things will just start to will start it's almost like kind of a mantra where you it's just constantly repeated, and when you have other people telling you the exact same thing over and over and over again, it's like, oh well, this must be true because everybody else is telling me this. But it's like I don't feel that on the inside, but everybody else on the outside is telling me this. So it's just like, well, where's this coming from? And that's the one of the hardest things I would say to have to overcome because yeah, it's just it's not an easy task to say the least, especially when everybody else around you is saying like, "Oh, you're slow or you're dumb or whatever it may be." Because I've had
Yeah,
people tell me like, "Oh, hey, you're gonna be massively successful. You're gonna make it here. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that." I'm just like, "Okay, cool. Like, thank you." But it's just like it hasn't happened yet, and that starts to like weigh on me after a certain period of time, which is it's kind of sad because it's just like, well, when is it gonna happen? Like, it hasn't happened yet, so it's like, well, there must be something wrong with me. But then I also look at it as like, well, what if it just the time just hasn't arisen yet? Like we just haven't gotten to that point to
yeah,
where we're able to grow and like see it from like their point of view type of thing, or from like our actual point of view, if that makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
And plus, like if
But
people
then,
go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say like plus if like your friends and everybody else is like saying those things to you, it's almost like are they really your friends? Like I get that like us as guys, like we joke around with one another, but it's also like sometimes it's a little I wouldn't say too extreme, but there are times where it's just like, really? Like, did you have to call me out like that on this thing or whatever it may be?
Yeah, sometimes I just think maybe they're being a little extreme,
Mm-hmm.
but at times sometimes I feel like they really mean it because they have like this eye. Like every time I talk to them in person, like sometimes I see people and like in their eyes I can see like if they really mean it or if they're in like a sense of rage or sad. Like through the eyes, I can really see a lot, and sometimes it scares me.
Yeah, with what
So,
you see from them.
Yeah.
What exactly scares you when you see that thing? Like is there anything in particular?
Mm, like sometimes in their eyes, like I can't really get the specifics, but like it just sends a chill down the spine. Like I get really scared. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but like my body reacts in a certain way, and I don't know how to explain it.
Well, like it could just be like intuition. Like it could be your body telling you, "Hey, like this person doesn't have the best intentions for me," or something along those lines. You know,
Yeah, probably.
it's like our bodies and minds, like it knows more than I would say
Nice.
anything else does. Thank you. Like so that's why it's just like I'd rather trust what is happening compared to like trust my body. Like if I feel like some odd feeling or whatever it may be, I'd rather look at that than ignore it, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's been times, dude, where like I've been say walking around out at night or something like that, and I just like I stop and I'm like, I probably shouldn't keep walking this way, and then find out later that like yeah I wasn't supposed to because like something happened later around the corner or whatever it may be, and I was just like, yeah, it's a good thing that I stopped there.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do. But then I get the fear of being a little alone without them, even if they mean like some stuff. Like I don't want to be alone, even if they say all the simple stuff. Like I really don't want to be without them. You know.
Well, what's so wrong with if you were without them?
Mm, I don't know. It's like I really don't like being alone.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had no reds or blues, I guess. No, I get the whole. Is there a reason you don't like being alone?
I think it's like just from my past. I've gotten a lot of like it's like a family issue. Like
Mm-hmm.
my mother, yeah, she kind of like went to work a lot, and at one point, I think she left. I'm not. My head's not really clear when it comes back to past.
Yeah, kind of almost in like there's like a fog or like a gray hue over it or something like that. That there's just like missing pieces almost.
Yeah, it's like because I really want to forget it, so like I always try to sleep it off. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
don't really want to remember that. So like my head's just I've trained my brain to like avoid a lot of memories from past to
Yeah,
help move on. You know,
it's easier that way.
yeah. Oh,
I was hoping I was playing that right. Yeah, I've done that for many years myself as well too, where it's just like I'll just suppress this feeling or this idea or whatever it may be, and it's one of those things where like it comes back up in almost more ways than like it needs to, which it's almost kind of like a dam where it's better to let it out a little bit of a time at a time until like it's just kind of like cracks, because once it cracks it's just like then there's a whole big flow of like emotions, past stories, experiences, whatever it may be, that are just kind of like being thrown around all at us at once, which can be good. It can also be kind of not so good.
yeah, and I really don't want to get into emotional mess.
Yeah, dude. It's I was the same way. Like I don't want to have an emotional mess or anything like that. Like I didn't so like ever from about 18, 17, 18 or so, like from when I left from to go to college, I
Hmm.
didn't like cry. I didn't show any emotions. Like maybe I'd have like a tear or something like that roll down my face, like on a like when I was falling asleep at night. But there was like never like I never sobbed or I never wept or anything like that. And I never did that for years. And did you ever by any chance see the movie Blue Beetle?
Lubito?
Yeah.
Uh, like the actual superhero?
Yeah, the actual superhero, like the movie, the live action one that they had
Oh
recently.
yeah, I never got to see it. I really don't go out for movies because it's really expensive around here. It's $35
Oh,
for
dude,
one
that's
seat.
yeah, that's not. I got like a pass that's like $20 per month, and I get to see as many movies as I want within the year, which is or per month, which is super nice. But
Whoa.
yeah, there was a part in it where like the mom was like, hey, yeah, this is, or the grandma was like, there's a time to be strong, and then there's a time to like grieve and feel that sorrow type of thing.
Mm.
And I was just strong for the past like 9 years at this point or so, and I was just like, I kind of got tired of having to always be the strong one, so it's just like, let's let the emotions out. Like I didn't cry for 6 to 9 years, and then I was like, all right, let's just like let's feel these emotions, let's feel these past experiences or feelings, because like that's the only way that I know how to heal as a person. Otherwise, I would
Mm.
have just been stuck like within this like emptiness void where I wasn't able to connect or feel a certain way. And there's a word for that called alexithymia, where it's just like you're colorblind to your emotions, because like I had suppressed mine for so long, and I just couldn't do that any longer. It just started to become too much for me. Keeping all of that bottled in, especially like women love men that are in tune with their emotions, as much as you may hear online where it's like, oh, don't show emotions, don't show weakness, don't show vulnerability to women. Every
Mm.
woman that I've talked with that I've been vulnerable with, like, she's been chill. She's like, oh no, I'm grateful that you're like open with me around these things. And I'm like, oh, well, that's good to hear. Because I was always told like you don't want to show your weakness, you don't want to show that vulnerability to other people. And I was just like, I never understood that whole thing.
Mm. I kinda understood that vulnerable thing, but then I really wasn't told that, but I learned that myself because back when I used to be more open with somebody that I knew, they used it against me, and it really hurted because then they also spread lies and stuff to their friends. It gradually became bigger and bigger, and where everyone knew, and then there was just people just assuming things like there was no information. It was just all hearsay, and I try to tell them, I try to explain, but the more popular you are, the more you know advantage you get, I guess. But that person really used it against me for no entire reason. They just did it because I told them a really deep secret. Like, why would you do that? I told you something personal. It's like, bro, you don't do that. I don't know
Yeah.
why they did that, but I think they had something personal against me because we did argue at one time, but it was about a video game. I didn't think it was much big.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was close. I almost had another one. I was like, I'll just go four in a row. But yeah, dude, like people will always have things against one of, especially like those that like have something to give and are like kind and like just open. People like that are afraid of facing their problems and their demons or their emotions, whatever word you want to use. Like them, they'll want to try and get back at other people and break those things, and it's just a lack of maturity on their side. It's not so much that like you did anything wrong or they did anything wrong. It's just like they were going off the information that they had and trying to, I guess, provide that. They probably wanted to make you feel small and insignificant compared to like them feeling a certain way. And I've just never been a huge fan of that, because I've had a similar experience with the old job that I was working, where instead of them coming up and talking to me, they'd rather like go behind my back and be like, "Oh yeah, no, this is what he did," and it's just like, I've never done said thing that you're talking about. It's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, all right, whatever, type of thing. So it's just some people are just gonna be mean, sometimes, and will try to take advantage of like our kindness and giving nature. But I wouldn't change that for the world. Like I think it's better to I have to do that. It's better to have that than nothing at all, in my personal opinion. Like I'd rather be a giver and be taken advantage of than not be giving and be somebody that I don't like looking at when I see that person in the mirror.
Yeah, it's like be yourself. It's fine.
Exactly. And it's hard too. Like in high school, dude, I didn't know how to be myself. Like I also didn't even know who I was like in high school. I just kind of had to take it with what it was and figure it out day by day. So it's helped me get closer to finding like and understanding myself because like these are things that I never would have been able to share. Like because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get made fun of. I'm gonna have that kid that's gonna come up and tell everybody that like, oh, hey, he's talking about this or he's talking about that. It's like you say what you want to say. Like I know the things that I've gone through. I know the experiences that I've had. And you can't take those away from me. So like if I think something is true, like I'll believe it to be true until I prove it otherwise, and then just kind of move on from that point.
Back when you were in high school,
Mm-hmm.
what was it like when you like socializing back then?
In what way exactly are you wondering? Like just general socialization or what?
Yeah, it's like general socialization.
Yeah. So I mean, back when I was in high school, so like I was never. I had a couple of like friends, acquaintances, but I never hang out with them like outside of school. Um, because I just went to school, I went to band, I did those, and then like I'd come back home, and I just didn't socialize with many people. It's something that I would have liked to have done a little bit more, but I was also in your same shoes as well too, where I would just like get hurt time and time again for standing out or saying certain things or like showing up in ways that other people weren't willing to. So at a certain point, I just kind of like stopped doing that, and I would just I just kept to myself for the most part because I didn't like how other people were making me feel. It didn't feel good for my own psyche and for my own being. So I ended up leaving that. But yeah, socializing back in when I was in high school, I'd say it was easier because like Snapchat was just becoming like a thing back when I was in high school. Like I remember first downloading it and somebody was like, "Hey, we can send photos like over a message and then it disappears." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's sweet." Like it was one of the coolest things that I ever remember. I remember I was in like a history class or something like that, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And ever since then, just kind of taking that as it is, and that's why like I am able to like talk with people and approach strangers because I learned how to socialize like face to face instead of on a screen. Where nowadays it's just like everybody seems to socialize on a screen or they're on their phone or whatever it may be, which it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of where society's led us, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of part of it. But yeah, socializing now, like I don't even know how you guys do it personally. Like I'd be struggling like trying to figure out this whole new ecosystem or world that your generation's been thrown into.
Oh my goodness, there's like a lot of apps nowadays. We have to use. It's like it's a lot. We got Insta, we got Discord, we got so many. But then sometimes, depending on what app you use, you get judged. For some reason, people say, "Oh, use Discord, you're weird." But
Really?
that's just a way I communicate with some people. Yeah, like
So
some kid caught me in class using Discord. And he's like, "Oh, you weirdo! Why are you using Discord?" And it's like some people they use Discord, and I just talked to them today.
yeah, I just learned about Discord like a couple months ago or so, and I'm like, how did this like Discord's? I feel like amazing. Like I just so like I wouldn't have called somebody a weirdo for using a Discord, but I would have been like, okay, I don't get Discord. Oh, I pushed the. I was hoping you didn't have that one. I was like, that's just one he doesn't have. But yeah, I like people typically, from what I've been able to understand, is they will make others feel bad for things that they themselves don't understand.
Yeah. But I also kind of think it's the reputation Discord some users built on it. Because I think there were some incidents, like, I think it was about pedophilia, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I think back then it was pretty common for that because there was a bunch of grown adults wandering around, and people couldn't really tell. Because you could just put on like anything, lie on your bio, whatever. So
Yeah.
there was like a huge reputation built on Discord, or how weird it is. Which I kind of agree at the same time, but like I just use it to talk to friends because it is a really good app. I'll be
Right.
honest.
Like all the popular streamers that I watch, everybody online that like gamers that I've watched, like everybody uses Discord. So I was like,
Mhm.
I feel like Discord's one of the more popular ones compared to some of these other platforms. Like if I wanted to talk with somebody, like I'll just go on a Discord chat with them for a couple of hours or whatever it may be. Like and I didn't even know that this like was a thing until I decided to like create an account and join on to Discord. And now that I'm here, I'm like, this is one of the best like platforms that I have. Like I made friends out in Germany. Where like
Wow.
we do like podcasts, like him and I we talk for like 3-4 hours or whatever it may be about like ideas that I didn't even know like existed. Which is super fun and exciting. And it's just like it's all because like I joined a Discord server. So that person that's making fun of you for being on Discord, I'd just be like, all right, dude, like, okay, what are you doing with your life type of thing? Like, why are you over here judging me how I'm living my life when like you probably have no idea what you're figuring out? But like that's the hard part about being in high school too, because like
Oh,
all
nice.
us high school, like when I was in high school, all I was trying to do was just trying to figure it out, just like everybody else. Like we're just all trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work, and it takes some time, it takes some effort, but like the
Mhm.
payoff at the end, like it's good, but it's just like we're all going through changes in high school. So it's like, okay, Jimbo over here looks this way, and then Susie Smith over here looks this way, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna make fun of Jimbo because he doesn't look like Susie or whatever it may be, and it's just like we're all figuring it out, we're all changing, like we're all growing, we're all trying to come into ourselves, we're all trying to figure out, do I go to college, do I not go to college, what do I want to do for the rest of my life, where are my friends, who's my clique, like what sports do I want to play, and it's just it's never ending cycle at that point in time.
Yeah, we're all learning, we're improving upon ourselves, and sometimes we don't really realize what mistakes we make until time passes by. You know.
Exactly, because at the time it's not, I don't consider it like, it's not really a mistake at the time. Like at the time it's like, okay, this just happened. It's not anything wrong. It's not right. And that's why like I don't know if you have an example, but I look at it as like it's only a mistake if we allow it to be a mistake, because like
Mhm.
sometimes things aren't really mistakes at first, and they kind of like maybe they look to be a mistake later, but it's also could very well be a blessing as well. Like it could have been the thing that pushed you in the direction that you needed to go because of XYZ reason, and the only way for you to get there was by say making the quote unquote mistake. But I look at it more as like making the room for improvement almost.
Yeah, I think there was a saying by Master Oogway in first Kung Fu Panda,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, along the words. Ah, oh,
I got that one.
nice.
Thanks. Yeah. Do you know what part you're thinking about from the Kung Fu Panda one?
Yeah, I think it was when he was talking to Shifu near the trees. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was supposed to happen or something like that. When he was told that the panda was supposed to be um the Dragon Warrior. I think I should look for the clip right now. Second.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find something as well. Oh, crud. Sorry for the connection disconnect so fast. I didn't know I'd be in a call so quickly. Was that yourself? Yeah, you can only hear you. I am using OBS. There you go. No echo. Situations like this where it's appropriate to take friends aside and have a genuine conversation about how they feel about you. So true. I was playing
Oh,
sports.
hello. Yeah, that's me.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey guys. I've been
Hello.
listening to the conversation for the past like 30 minutes, and I didn't know if it was okay to just come in and listen.
Yeah, no, I'm open channel. Anybody that wants to join is more than welcome to join. And if you want
Absolutely.
to hop in on this game as well too, not sure how we can
I
do
don't
that.
know what it is, but I'll watch it on the stream. I've still got the stream open.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I don't know. Your Asian host was the one that kind of like, I don't know how he joined the game on this one, but you might be able to. We might need to leave and then we can do a 3-way or something like that.
I have no
Oh.
idea what this game is.
This is join activity.
I just gotta click on it.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh my god, the game.
Oh yeah, there you go. You're in.
Is
You
he
gotta
in?
wait for this round to pass.
That's all right.
Oh,
No, I think you're in. Yeah.
Oh. How do you
there
play?
he's in top left. Oh, we're in the middle of a game. We automatically start
Oh.
one.
No problem.
Well, I need to leave this game first, your Asian host, for me to be able to do that.
Oh, you guys do whatever you want. It's all good.
Yeah, let's just finish this quick. I think we could win this.
So, wait, but you've been enjoying the conversation for the past 30 minutes or so, like in.
I have, yes.
Awesome.
Well, one, I'm sub to you, and I believe you commented on one of my old videos when I was a little more consistent. And so I remembered you when you popped up on my feed, and I just joined the stream.
Nice. Are you still posting videos then right now, or what's
I
going
actually
on
did.
with that?
Yeah. I recently did an Attack on Titan video. And then this past weekend I did the video game awards. Switched it up a little bit, a little video game content doesn't hurt.
Nice.
So I reacted to the video game awards and Final Fantasy VII trailer.
Nice. Yeah, one of my buddies that was telling me that the audio was a little bit off on this, which I don't know if you noticed that as well or not, but
Yeah, I was in the chat trying to see, because you could hear the conversation, but only your end. So I was trying to see what the other guy was saying.
yeah, which you were able to hear all three of it or both of us?
Yeah,
just, okay.
once you got it fixed, everything's fine.
Cool. Yeah, dude, this is my first time streaming, so I'm like, I've literally
Is it
no
really?
idea. Yeah.
How do you have it set up? Because you said you're using what, a MacBook?
Yeah, using a MacBook right now. I downloaded Black Hole, I believe, was what it was. To be able to get everybody, like, to be able to have the two audio inputs, like I have my microphone and then the desktop audio. But
Okay.
yeah, using OBS, and that was the only things that I could figure out what I needed to do. I don't know if you have other suggestions or not.
I usually just use OBS. I was just last night looking up ways to try to set up a stream, even though I don't think I plan on streaming for another like 5 or 6 months.
Any reason in particular for that?
No space for anything else. No space on my desk. I'm on like a little coffee table with a CRT TV blocking my legs from stretching.
Dude, I mean,
Oh.
if you saw my setup too, like it's literally just a microphone, my MacBook, and then like a chair, pretty much. So like,
Oh, dude, I feel you because you should see this. Like this microphone's terrible. It's not the worst, but the stand, like it doesn't stand up straight, so it leans forward. So I have to have it leaning on the coffee table, in order for, and my sound interface is holding it up so it doesn't fall. And that's how I record videos.
hey, dude, that's what I was telling your Asian host as well too. I'm like, it's just a matter of getting started. Like, no reason to sit here waiting for all the perfect gear and equipment to come in. Like, might as well just give something to try.
Yeah, when I started, I had this like mini. I guess it came from China. I don't know. I ordered it off of like Amazon. It was like a mini PC. It's very small and it's not powerful at all. And I was just editing like that Ava video that I did. The first video I did, that was all on like a little mini PC with a Logitech keyboard that had a trackpad instead of a mouse. It was really bad.
Dude, yeah, it's funny how everybody gets started out. Like I was just looking at it, I was like, everybody wants to be somewhere and do something, and then it's just like nobody wants to get started. Like I was kind of telling this a little bit beforehand too, where like I was at, actually I don't think I said that today. I've told this to a couple of other people, but it's like I went on this trip up to the mountains like in Colorado and stayed in this little house, and we were all gonna be going to the hot springs. And I was sitting there and I was waiting, and everybody's like, "Oh, I want to go to town. I want to go to the hot springs." And it was like herding cats, and I was like, "I'm tired of just sitting around waiting for something to happen." So I'm like, "Yo, guys, I'm leaving. If you want to come, like, you can come. Otherwise, like, I'll see you guys like at the hot springs, or I'll see you later tonight." And after doing that, that's when everybody started to come in and be like, they ended up meeting me down at the hot springs. But I'm under the impression it's just like, why wait for something to happen when like you and I or all of us can make something happen, like. And just kind of see where it takes us from there.
Right. Yeah, it really is all about just having the guts to just start somewhere. Because I spent years dreaming about being a YouTuber and never doing a damn thing about it.
Was there
And
something
here I am.
that changed for you then? That finally was like, all right, I'm gonna give this a go.
I was a rapper for about 2 years and I hated it. It was it was very hard and very disheartening to I guess make music and see like 10 views in a year
Mm-hmm.
and be like, this is just ridiculous, you know?
So,
How do you play this?
so you're
Oh.
almost doing it for the views. It should be just like Uno
No, I'm
from.
not doing it. Oh, okay. I'm not doing it for the views at all.
Mhm.
Oh wow, I won.
Nice.
Don't even know how to play, and
I
the
don't
dude's
even
winning.
beginner's luck. Just like this channel, I guess.
Hey,
Uh,
dude, I've been doing this for the past 3 years at this point in time now, so I wouldn't consider beginner's luck. It's just
oh, you
repetition.
you do a great job. I went through your catalog.
Well, I appreciate that.
I really enjoy the content. It's a very unique take on a lot of things. The Tokyo Ghoul video was really interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's somewhat discouraging for me from time to time because it's like I see the views that I get where it's just like, and I appreciate the views that I get. Don't get me wrong, but then there are times when like I'll compare myself to other people, and it's not the right way to do it. It's just like, where was I at yesterday? Am I happy with the content that I created? If so, then
Right.
like I'm good type of thing, you know?
Yeah. All you really got to do is just keep pushing it, you know, because the more you keep pushing content out, some like people like me and other people are gonna find that content and they're gonna like it and really relate to it.
Which that's my hope. That's why I was like, I'll post a video every single day for the month of December. See how that works. I don't know if that's been too much for you guys or not, but
No, not at all.
okay, cool.
Not at all. Dude, I come home from a full-time job every day. I'm very happy to see something on my feed.
Right?
So if you guys are just pushing out stuff, just keep it up. I don't discourage it at all.
Yeah, there's like I've listened to a lot of like content stuff in the back in the day, and I still kind of do as well now. But there's like this wheel where it's just like you can either be good, great, or fat, like good, great, or cheap. And I was just like, I'd rather just get like lots of stuff out because I never know which one's gonna hit. Compared to me like sitting on the sidelines being like, oh, this is gonna be the perfect idea, this is gonna be the perfect video, and it's just like I don't think there is such thing as a perfect idea or perfect video.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
It's just a matter of consistency. It's like going to the gym type of thing, or like playing soccer, or doing
Hmm.
something that we enjoy to do. It's just a matter of just like getting that started and going, and then just showing up every single day. Like with rapping, like maybe you enjoyed it for a little while, and then it's just kind of like faded off a little bit for you, possibly.
Yeah, I also didn't relate much to what I was saying because I was making like contemporary, you know, like melodic rap, the same old mumble jumbo that a lot of people make today. Because I enjoy listening to that stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but I kind of grew out of it because I started it like right during the pandemic, and now I'm like in my mid 20s, and I'm like I do not act like this at all, and so I don't really feel like I relate to it anymore, and I'm more of a nerd than I am anything else. So I was like, I want to talk about like all the nerdy stuff that I do, which is mostly anime.
that was kind of my take as well too. Like I like the nerdy stuff, and I was always shunned down, like for talking about the nerdy stuff too. And it was never like great. Like my buddy, the first dude that commented on like in the live, like he was the one that helped me like understand that like, hey, it's okay to like talk about these types of things and like be a nerdy and whatever it may be. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And then like for other ideas that I have around different concepts or ideas, like I post those on different channels because I'm like they might not necessarily relate to anime in one particular way. And that's why like I have other videos that I have plans on making where it's just more, I guess, video based, where it's just like maybe it's just a movie or a TV show that I end up watching. And I was telling that to your Asian host as well just a second ago,
Right.
because I just, if I can make a living off of doing what I typically would do every single day, I feel like that's the dream right there.
It is the American dream here.
At least nowadays, right?
Yeah. It's very motivating though to see like people start up and then slowly but surely get to that point where they can make it a job.
Exactly.
And I want to be like living proof to like a lot of my peers and to other people online too that like you can do it. Like no matter how hard it is, that you can get there. And
Exactly.
it is a viable career option. Oh, I forgot to pick the thing.
Yeah, that was my problem with that. With that 8, I always forgot to grab one of those below.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it is a grind from time to time. Like it does take effort. It does take certain sacrifices. It's a process.
Oh
It's
yeah.
but it's a process that I wouldn't change for like anything. Like
Yeah, it's fun. It's very gratifying. Even if you don't get the views, it's gratifying to see like you kind of leave a footprint. You could always go back and watch something and see something. It's like a timestamp. Like you can
exactly.
go back to a certain time in your life and be able to see it and see how your opinions grew and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yep. How they changed, evolved as a person, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That's how I've more always looked at content. I'm like, if I want to be able to go back and look at said event or whatever, I'd rather be able to come back to my content. It's why I did like a lot of journaling beforehand, because then like I can go back and like look at my journals or whatever it may be and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I was saying this 5 years ago and now it's starting to come
Right.
true type of thing. And I've just always liked that accountability aspect, because like we can only remember so much as people. So having like it written down or documented has been a very, very useful way
Nice.
for me to kind of evolve, I would say, as a person.
Can't believe I've won every game I've been on. This is very strange for me.
I feel like we got hustled over here.
No, I swear, dude. You were talking. Your Asian Ghost was talking about Discord and it being like people saying it was weird. I am one of those people that looks at Discord and I'm like, I don't know how to use this thing at all. It's not weird like I think people are weird. I'm just a boomer, so I just don't know how to use it. I
Is
didn't
that,
even know you could play games on here.
I didn't know this either. I was just like, let's just play an activity. I was like, might as well do that, because I was like, it's better than, I wouldn't say it's better, but I'm like, I'd rather do this and chat with some people than just sit around type of thing. Find this a
Yeah,
little bit more engaging, I would say.
yeah. This is fun. I actually this is the first time I've ever been a part of a stream, so thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining on. Yeah, appreciate you like coming out. I didn't even check chat for a little while, like, and then I was like, oh wow, we have 5 people watching right now. I was like, hey, that's awesome.
That
So
is great numbers. I mean, I get 0 people sometimes. You know, numbers are numbers.
yeah, they're just all arbitrary too.
Yeah,
There's just
it's. I don't look at it as numbers. I look at it as like there's people. Those are actual people. I don't even talk to 5 people a day.
no, and yeah, like I talk to I talk to probably more people than most people do. Like every
I'm
go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, whenever I go out, like it's things my friends say. It's just like, how do you talk to everybody? Like we could go out to like dinner or something like that, and you just make friends with the people at the table next to us. I'm like, yeah, it's just who I am. It's just what I do. Like,
Yeah,
and
I'm the same way.
I always thought that not many people did that type of thing. Like I thought everybody would do those things, and come to see, I'm like, no, not that many people do what I do or what you do. It's
Yeah, you'd be very surprised at how little people are very social. Like one of my best friends, she's like extremely non-social. Like she's like, how do you talk to people all the time? Like you'll go to the bar, or you'll go to a sporting event, or you'll go to a convention. You'll just talk to random people, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's fun to talk to people sometimes.
right. Which I don't know if you have maybe any like insight for your Asian host, because he was asking me the question earlier about like how it was like us making friends back in high school, or how like we interacted with one another, and I was letting him know like I didn't have many friends back in high school or anything like that. I don't know if you have any insight that you could provide to him by any chance or not.
Wow, I gotta go into memory banks. High school for me was it was 2012 to 2016. So I finally lost. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for killing the streak. I'm glad. There was a lot of pressure on me. Back in high school, I started off with not too many friends. It took me a while. I also did like band and stuff like that. I played some sports. I didn't play on the sports teams, but I played with them. So it was a little hard because I was really nerdy and I was also kind of bald. I didn't know how to. I kept getting like a buzz cut, so I didn't know how to grow my hair out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very just not confident in who I was as a person. I was like 14, 15, so who was at the time?
Right.
But over time, I just kind of talked about my interests. I hid some of them. Like anime was something I found in high school, and I definitely didn't talk about that because I was one of those kids growing up that bullied other people for watching anime because I thought it was just like hentai.
Mm-hmm.
uh, so when good job, good game.
Thank you.
I thought it was just hentai, and I was like, "That's crazy! You just watch anime porn all day." And then, here I am chronically hooked on it. I'm just kidding. But it just over time, like the more you opened up about stuff, the more you found out that people were very interested in the same things. Not everybody, obviously, but
No.
there were people that were very interested in the same things as you. And so when I found people with common interests, it became very easy to talk to them, and I just started to like grow more accepting to social interactions, I guess, because at first it was extremely difficult.
Right. And it's funny how that because like yeah, I always thought that I would just be like alone because I wouldn't be able to find people that I could talk with that had like similar interests as myself.
Right.
And then as you start to express like your ideas or your views or your like things that you enjoy, it's just like other people just kind of start to almost resonate with that after a certain point in time, which is it's nice to see.
Yeah, it's really great, especially like now a lot of the things that weren't like I guess socially acceptable, like all the nerdy stuff, has become very socially acceptable nowadays. And some people are like they gatekeep it. They're like, "Oh, anime shouldn't be that popular, or this shouldn't be that popular." Good game.
Good game.
They say like that stuff shouldn't be that popular and that we should gatekeep it. And I am the like complete opposite, where I'm actually super happy that more people can feel like they're included in something.
Exactly. Brings almost like a community aspect to it. It feels like helps us not be so disconnected.
Yeah, and a lot of the more, I guess, I don't know if this is a derogatory term to call the older anime fan base boomers or anything, but just to, like, they always say that they had a better community, and I'm like, well, there's a different time. Let's just grow the community and see where it goes and push this thing that we love to a height that it has never seen before.
Exactly. Like, let's change people, because, like, some of the animes that they have out right now, too, like, just Attack on, well, like, the most recent Attack, like, the end of Attack on Titan, I was like, okay, this is incredible, or just, like, Jujutsu Kaisen right now, I'm just like, they're not filled with, like, as much filler as they were back in the day. Like, I started out watching One Piece, and it was just like, this is so much filler, and now it's just like, it gets right into the battles, which I'm like, this is incredible.
I haven't even seen the new Jujutsu Kaisen season. Is it any good?
I like it. Your Asian host and I, we were talking about it as well.
Were you? Okay, I must have missed that part. I would have joined in immediately.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I've liked it so far. Like, it's probably been one of my more favorite ones, which, like, the video that I did on the whole grasshopper, why each story had to fight a grasshopper, people were like, what, like, is this dude on crack right now? I'm like...
Oh, yeah, I saw the comments.
I read some of them.
I gotta go back in those comments, see what's going on.
I thought it was.
I gotta go defend you, man. I'll go defend you in those comments.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I was like, it's funny because like I don't really listen to much anime content like online.
He's on a roll.
Yeah, dude's killing it right now, crushing it. Like I listen to a lot more. I'd say like metaphysics stuff, like business, like spirituality, like type of things online. But like anime is still just it's part of me. It's just like I've had it in me for so long, and I've enjoyed it for so many years. Where I was like, I might as well share this type of stuff with me. Like if I'm already watching it and I have these ideas, I might as well share them as well too. So that's why
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, I try to bring in these different perspectives that other people might not necessarily be talking about, at least in this community, because it is much more. Like from the videos that I've seen, it's much more battles and fighting type of thing. But I'm like, I was under the like I wanted to improve, I wanted to become better, I wanted to like chase after my dreams and not just like do the same status quo as everybody else was doing. So that's why I was like, well, how can I do that by combining something together that I love? Like it's almost me like just talking to like my younger self by a couple of years and kind of trying to provide either some guidance or inspiration to hopefully help them, like me, you, whoever, kind of live the life that that I wish I would have had back then by giving references to like the anime or the experience to kind of bring in a new point of view that wasn't originally there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a unique channel, just because it's almost like therapy, but anime based. It's really like at first I was like, this is so strange. I've never seen this before. And the more I like started looking at the channel, I was like, this is really cool. This is a really cool idea. I wish I would have thought of it.
I appreciate that, man. I came up with the idea, and I bet you have other like genius ideas that have just yet to come to fruition, or yeah.
Yeah, my genius idea is gonna be my relationship with Rent a Girlfriend and why I think it's the greatest series of all time.
Is it really that good? I only watched like a couple
No,
of episodes.
not
of
at all. Not at all. I'm just a piece of crap that really likes Rent a Girlfriend.
Hey, I wouldn't.
It's terrible.
I wouldn't consider yourself a piece of crap. Like if you like it, like I mean, you like it, type of thing, you know.
So you're a really nice guy.
Well, I appreciate that.
I don't mean it to myself in a demeaning way. I'm just a degenerate anime fan, so I got to put myself on that little pedestal. It's part of the marketing.
Yeah, I just I just feel like it's better just to kind of acknowledge and be like, hey, I love this show. Like, if you think
I
I'm a
do.
degenerate, like,
Shameless.
yeah, be shameless about it, you know.
I got a couple of volumes of it in my room. I got a figure of it. My best friend watched me buy one, and she was like, "Why did you buy that figure?" And I said, "Because this show sucks, and I love it."
Hey,
I also read the manga, so that's I'm like caught up.
oh, so you read the manga and then you go back and rewatch the anime afterwards?
Yeah, if I'm like gonna review it, I don't even need to watch it. I do remember almost everything that happened.
So it's almost word for word from the manga. Then it sounds like.
Yeah, it's pretty much on par with the manga. It's about
Okay.
the same.
Yeah, I never got into the whole rom-coms like for the animes. Like,
No?
no, I love watching like real like rom-coms, real subjective, like with people type
Like
of
live
thing.
action ones?
Live action ones. Thank you.
So do you like 10 Things I Hate About You or something, that movie?
Oh, is that the show? Is that the show? I don't think.
No,
so.
I think that's the one with Amanda Bynes that you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 10 things that I
Uh,
hate about you. I'm not
10 Things I Hate About You is Heath Ledger.
Have I seen that one?
You should if you like rom-com like movies and film. That's a pretty good one.
Have. Actually, I don't think I have. I might need
It's
to
really
watch
good.
this one. You recommend it?
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's really good.
I can give that a try.
If you're into like cheesy rom-coms that are funny but like they still have like that little sweetness to them, you know,
Yeah.
the little sugar.
A little bit of sugar. I do.
Yeah,
like,
you know.
I do like those things. Like, I always thought I had to be the type of dude that like only watched like war fighting movies types of things. And I'm like,
Didn't we all grow up thinking that?
right?
Yeah.
I grew up thinking I had to join the military and be like a Viking warrior or something. I was like, oh wait, I could like romance. This is cool.
Yep. And girls like me for liking romance. All right, cool. I'll take that.
Yeah, I completely ended up getting way more women by talking about romance anime than talking about like. Did you see that buff guy? Did you see that boxing match yesterday?
Right? See all those guys playing football the other day? Like, I mean, there are some.
That's still me. I am a huge football guy.
Dude, that's what's up. I tried to get into it. I just like I never grew up with football or anything like that. So,
Yeah, I've been watching it since I was 2, so I've been cursed from the start.
oh, that's what's up. Favorite team then?
Buffalo Bills.
Okay. Yeah, we got
I am not from Buffalo though.
No.
Nope, Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Where are you guys from?
Colorado.
Massachusetts.
Colorado.
Yeah.
You said Massachusetts? What
Yep.
part? Boston?
Yep.
I just visited Boston last summer.
Oh, Boston's amazing. But
Super nice city. I love it there.
it is, especially the park.
Yeah, everything's great. I went to Fenway. Watched the Red Sox game there. Great atmosphere. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just out there about 2 months ago or so. That was when I finally came to the decision that I was going to leave my job and go full in on YouTube and try to give this a go. So,
Well, so this is your full-time thing now?
yeah, making it my full-time thing now. That's why like I've been like I'd say offering like the coaching programs and everything like that within the videos is because I'm like I just feel like that's where I can provide a little bit more help type of thing because yeah, this is what I'm doing, like YouTube and then coaching on the side, for both of them, because I just got tired of going into the corporate world and being like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and that and whatever it may be. Like, they just kept telling me all these things that I was just like, dude, like, you say that I need to have polish on my sales skills, but you won't give me the like specific characters and traits that I need to have. And I was just like, I'm done. So ended up leaving. Wanted to give this a go for a year and see what I could do. See
So
if I
were you
could-
like a sales associate?
Sales rep was what I was.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah. It started. Got up,
Businessman over here.
yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I study a lot of business, a lot of philosophy, a lot of like religion, and just like overall worldviews.
Are you a religious person yourself?
More spiritual, I would say.
Okay, same
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I like the spiritual route. I did have a conversation with a minister this past week, and he was challenging a lot of the beliefs and like ideologies that I have, and I absolutely love that like conversation that him and I had for about an hour or two, which was really nice.
That's awesome. It's always cool to meet people with kind of a different viewpoint and just kind of bounce ideas off of each other and just listen to what they have to say.
Exactly, because I look at it,
Always really cool.
it's like we all like what works for you or what works for your Asian host and what works for each and every single buddy like that watches this is like can be completely different. Like, one thing may resonate very well for you, but it won't resonate well for me. So I was like, it's good having like all these different perspectives to kind of bring in a new view that we might not have originally had.
Right. Would you be okay if I like linked the stream and posted it around to see if more people would want to like watch it?
Yeah, dude, like more the merrier. I'm like, any way that we can spread awareness around this, like I'm happy.
Cool.
Like, share it, comment, like whatever it may be. Like, happy to have as many people join in as we possibly can.
I'm sure my friends are wondering why I'm not getting egregiously drunk with them.
Hey, have them get
So
have them
I
join.
figured I could just be like, hey, I'm doing this. Watch this instead.
Yeah,
At least you'll know what I'm doing.
I feel like that's a little bit better too. You know, like do this instead of getting egregiously drunk on a Saturday night.
Depends. I do enjoy getting egregiously drunk on a Saturday, but maybe not today.
Yeah, it's fun every now and then. I'm like,
Oh, absolutely.
that's probably gonna be me next Saturday. I got invited
There
to this
you
like
go.
party thing, I guess, and she's like, yeah, they go wild, and I was like, all right. Typically, I don't drink all that much because then my next day is just like thrown in the garbage. I feel like because I'm recovering, so I try to stick away from it.
Oh shit. Oops. There we go.
That's
I
why you
can't
gotta drink on a
multitask my
Monday.
brain. I can't do that on a Monday. That's crazy. I gotta work on a Monday.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. Like working at actual physical locations when you have to work. I'm trying to
Oh yeah.
see.
Waking up, I think, is the biggest pain in the ass.
Do you enjoy what you do for work then?
Absolutely not. I mean, okay. So I won't say I absolutely don't because I basically get paid to hang out with friends.
Mhm.
So it's like an eye contact warehouse, which really sounds strange. We just sell eye contacts. Like we're like a middleman, so we buy things wholesale.
Yeah.
And then we just sell the clients, but we get like millions of dollars worth of eye contacts all the time. And I just
wow.
stock it all day.
Damn.
But
You can give me the hookup on the Lolo?
okay, maybe I could try to steal some, but too many cameras.
No, don't do that.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time. I know people that do that. They give it to us for free, so I wouldn't really be stealing. I could just say this is my
Yeah.
prescription.
There you go.
You're gonna have to pay the shipping though.
I gotcha.
All right.
I might have to do
Screw
that.
the YouTube. Screw YouTube channel. My channel's over. I'm gonna start black marketing eye contacts.
Hey, I mean, wherever you
Yeah.
can make the funds, right?
Honestly,
So you're not a big fan of LASIK, huh? Y'all are beefing with LASIK or what?
I don't know if we're beefing with it specifically. I'm not a fan of it. If anything that's got to go, I'm not even a fan of eye contacts. I don't like things going into my eyes.
Yeah.
But I would assume we don't like LASIK just because they take all of our clientele.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta physically have like I got medically necessary contacts, so I can't like I have to wear contacts, otherwise I'm in the dark.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's the whole cornea conus type of thing. So like I have the hard center and then softer outer side for my contacts, and it's the only way that I can see. Like I can wear glasses, but it's a little. Sometimes it'll be like I have glasses on right now, but otherwise sometimes I'll see double from time to time. So I just
Oh,
go
will you?
contacts all the time. Yeah.
How old are
I
you?
need glasses. 26.
27.
15.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
Gotcha.
We got a nice range of age here.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
best part. How about yourself, man?
I'm 22.
Nice. Were you wanting to join the game in as well too?
Oh, not right now. I'm kind of multitasking right now, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the whole like, if I needed to get LASIK or something, I physically can't even get LASIK, which is the sad part, because apparently like
How come?
so like with my eye being misshapen, it's like my right
Ah.
eye isn't shapen in the right way. So like my eye doctor, he's like, yeah, most people that have your condition, your eye like shape, typically if they get LASIK, they'll end up having to go back to glasses later, or it'll make their vision worse because my eye is shaped more like a football than like an oval type of thing. So them having to go in there, like how LASIK works, I think they like remove part of the cornea or something like that, and then like clean off some of the gunk, and then like put another like layer on or something like that. And they just can't do that in my right eye, sadly. So I'm kind of at a loss at that point. So it's glasses and contacts for the rest of my life, basically, or just get my left eye fixed and just wear a contact in my right eye for the remainder of my life.
Glasses are cool, man. Don't let anybody tell you they're not.
Hey, I used to get people telling me that they weren't. Now I'm like, I've had other people tell me they're cool now. So I'm like, hey, that works for me. It's all
Dude, I'm
perspective.
jealous of people with glasses, even though I'm also blind.
Why don't you wear glasses? Do you wear glasses?
I'm supposed to. I lost them at a party about 5 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
I
And it haven't.
didn't say my life was it was in order. It's just
Haven't replaced them since then.
no, I don't remember my prescription. I gotta go get tested again.
Uh,
Yeah,
I feel like you guys are learning more about my personal life than most of my friends.
I'm a curious guy. I just like asking questions. So
I like it. No, my friends aren't the best at asking questions. I always tell them just ask me weird questions if you want to get to know me.
yep.
And they never ask me like weird things. They always ask me like, "What's your favorite color?" or "How's the weather?" And I'm like, "Dude, ask me like why I think this is cool."
Yep. That's
And
where I've
I'll
always
just
been.
talk.
That's what I like. That's how I've been like. That's how I get to know people is by asking
Yeah.
those weird questions. And I have had times like that was a part of the reason for me leaving my job was because one of the persons that I work with, I was asking these types of weird questions to her, and she got offended by it and didn't like that, and then went and told management that I was asking her weird questions.
What was the
And
question in it that did
What'd
it?
you ask her?
I was it was like 2 or 3 questions. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm always curious as to like where people live and like their homes and like how much they spend, just because I'm like, how'd you be able to get into this type of thing? Because it helps me just have a better understanding. So I was like, oh yeah, where's your home? Like
What's your, you
what?
said, what's your social security number? And
Yeah, what are the 3 digits on the back of your credit card? I need to know that, just so
Yeah.
we can get a grasp on your personality.
What's your specific address and home location so I can come break in when I'm hundreds of miles away? And then also just asking her about like residuals too, like for the company. I was like, hey, don't you think it'd be a good idea like if we got residuals off our sales? And she's like, no. I'm like, we're leaving so much money on
Just
the
not
table.
okay with it. Nope.
I'm like, but then the other dude that was in her same position, he's like, yeah, no, I've been trying to get them to do residuals for years. And I'm like, all right. So it was just one of those dumb things that it just
At least you know you're
happens.
not crazy.
Yeah. I had just tested a couple of times with other people to make sure I wasn't at first. And then when everybody else
Yeah.
was like, yeah, no, you're good. I was like, okay.
Trial and error.
Yep. I look at it as like I'm always in the wrong until I'm in the right type of thing, if that makes sense. So like I'll believe that everybody is whatever they say is true of me until like I go out and test said thing, and then either agree with that or be like, yeah, no, this person just hasn't dealt with their own internal some scars, traumas, past experiences, whatever it may be. And
Yeah,
I just like that view on life a lot more,
that's a good way to live.
right? Because otherwise, like,
Very.
when everybody's telling us one thing, it's just like, why would they, like, is this true, or are they just saying this because they themselves don't want to, like, acknowledge it within themselves? And that's just always been my approach. So, like, when I have 100 people tell me I am this way, I'm like, okay, I probably am this way. And when I have 2 to 5 people tell me I am this other way, in all likelihood, that's probably not the way that I am.
I don't know why I picked that card up.
Hey, I mean, homeboy's winning again.
Oh my
Asian
goodness.
Ghost, you're going crazy, man.
I'm on a roll.
Crushing it, dude.
This should be. You should start streaming this.
Right?
I think people will like this. Is fun. It's just competitive Uno.
Like, there's other games in here. I was like, we'll just do this one today. I wanted to test it out. What's up, swag guy? Yeah, so, like, I mean, and dude, if you want to use any of this too for your own content, like, you guys by all means take whatever you want from this. Like, I just figured,
Oh man, that's awesome.
if you guys, because, like, I'll just be the person that kind of just, like, gets everything going, and then wherever it goes from there, like, because I always feel like this is more genuine from my own perspective. It's just like, we're just having a good time, just chatting about, like, things that we're interested in or whatever it may be. And these were always the type of videos that I would watch online, was like people that are just hanging out with their friends, just having a conversation, and, like, just having a grand time. Because I'm like, if I could watch anime, play video games, and, like, make income off of that and help other people do the exact same thing, I'm like, why not? You know?
Do you get a good income off of this?
Right now, got nothing coming in, so.
Same here. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I was trying to do, that's why I was like, let's post every single day for the month of December, see what we can do, see what I can come up with, see if I can get this monetized. But yeah, as of right now, nothing's
Oh
coming
my
in.
god, he's kicking my ass.
Dude's just coming in hot. Had a streak
Dude,
at
he
first.
he really was not happy that I came in and won like 5 minutes. He was like, "This is
What
my
about your
game."
coaching or consulting? Are you doing that or not really?
Yeah, so I'm doing that as well. That's more like with people that I know. Like, I have a client right now that I work with on Mondays. I help her. She's wanting to get to 20K a month in Etsy sales, so I'm helping her out with that right now. And
Ooh, what does she do on Etsy?
She creates, so, like, she does graphic design work. So she, like, creates her graphic design work, and then she ends up putting it on, like, T-shirts, mugs, like, posters, wallpapers, whatever it may be. And then she sells that on Etsy.
Awesome.
So I'm just helping her kind of find that, like, middle balance, the time management aspect of it, to help her have a little bit more purpose, because she's a single mom with 2 kids. So
Oh wow.
I was like, if I can help her out, then by all means I'll help her out, type of thing. And then do this in the evenings or whatever it may be. And I like doing multiple things at once. It might not be the best for me, but it's kind of where I seem to thrive right now.
If that's what works for you, man, you got to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, 'cause I like talking with so many different people in so many different areas and expertises, because everybody has something of value to say. So I just want to give everybody else, like, a voice in a sense, along with, like, helping myself have my own voice as well too.
Well, the streak is broken.
No, I was about to win too.
I had to, bro. I had to. Yeah, it's just fun, man. Like, the whole new world that we're in right now, it's a world that I would never have expected, like, 5-10 years ago, like, to be doing this type of stuff. And then after COVID hit, man, I was just like, I can't be. I got home and I was just watching all this anime. Like, I had to move back in with my parents, with my mom, and I was just like, I wasn't happy about it at the time. But then I was like, as kind of the world has gone on, I'm just like, it was probably one of the best things that could have happened for me, because I was able to, like, start this channel. I was able to kind of, like, take a little step back and, like, get to know my family a bit better than I knew them before I left for college, type of thing. So something that I wouldn't have changed, but yeah, it did set me back a couple of years, I would say.
Hey, sometimes you got to take a couple steps back so you can go forward and maximize.
Right? It's kind of my look on it too. Got to take.
I'm not where I want to be either, but I'm much happier here than I was a few years ago.
Where would you want to be? Like, if you had.
My goal, where I want to be is, like, obviously I want some more space so I could maximize my setup, because this is crazy. No leg room. But I definitely want to not be at a job where I feel like we're just taken advantage of all the time. I would like to make this obviously a viable career, and that's the goal. So obviously, just starting off like a year ago, there were some setbacks and personal things that stopped me from being able to make content consistently.
Mhm.
And also having a full-time job also makes me very tired, and I don't want to watch anime. Sometimes when I come home, I'm like, I do not want to sit and watch 12 episodes of this. This is crazy.
Exactly.
So I wish I was just not physically always so tired.
Have you found any ways to not be physically tired all the time?
Go to sleep a lot earlier than I usually do because I'm a night owl. I thrive at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to change that so that what feels like my night hours are actually more early on in the day. And I'm also trying to be more social because I am very antisocial, actually. And as much as I'm good in a social situation, I never really go out my way to be in one. I usually go home and I don't answer the phone.
Yep.
So
yeah.
My goals are to try to open up and talk more to people, such as like this is a very big step for me. Being here, so thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming, man. I'm happy to have you here and happy to help you achieve that goal that you're setting out to do.
Yeah, I really just want the channel to succeed and build a really nice community for people such as myself and people like you guys, where you guys can feel very safe and share your opinions without feeling like I'm gonna absolutely make fun of you. Even though I probably, I'll rip a couple jokes for the content. I got to. If you give me a terrible anime take, I gotta let you know.
Yep. I mean, that's part of it, right?
Yeah, it comes with the territory. But I just want to build a nice, safe spot so that, people of all shapes, sizes, colors, anything you feel, can just come and just enjoy themselves and not feel like they're stuck wherever they're at. And try to be like a good influence on people. Because I wasn't always the best influence growing up.
Nah, I'm right there with you, man. We all do bad things.
Yeah, karma seems to definitely get me sometimes. So I'm trying to do my best. Not for my sake, but for others, because I wish more people did that for me growing up.
Exactly, and I'm a firm believer in karma as well. I'm like, what we do, like it'll come back to us eventually. It just may take some time.
Yeah.
Like,
you'll never see it coming. Even when you're doing good, it'll still come get you.
Exactly, and yeah, I look at it more as maybe in like a good way. It's like, okay, there's good karma. I try not to look at bad karma. I just kind of look at it as like this is just like maybe a learning experience. Like I messed up at some point in time, and I'm just repaying this experience, whatever it may be.
Right.
Which isn't a bad thing, but yeah, it's part of it. I do like how you are trying to make that change, though.
Yeah, don't laugh at me. I saw you do that. I saw you do that. Come on, you did that to me twice.
It's only cards I had to use.
That's crazy. How are you getting these cards, man? You gotta let me win for my viewers if they're gonna come join it. No, I'm kidding. I don't care.
Hey, we all win fair and square.
He wants his streak back. That's what he wants. I feel like he was hustling us the whole time.
Right?
Come on.
Grinding.
He's been quiet, plotting his revenge over here. Like, how do I get back on
got
this streak?
Swag guy in chat said meow. Shout out to the swag guy.
I was hoping Swag guy was gonna come in and say what was up, but
It'd come meow in my ear for real, man. Don't take me out to dinner for.
Whoa.
No, I mean, hey.
Buy me a drink or something.
Yeah, come on, give me a dinner. Give me like you could take me to Burger King. I'm not that hard to please.
Yeah, we had
food.
Some French toast last night. I was like, I'll take some French toast.
Dude, I haven't had French toast in like a year.
Oh,
sounds so good.
It was delicious.
I've never had it at all.
Really?
You've never had French toast like ever?
Mm-mm.
Do they not have that in Massachusetts?
Yeah, like what?
They do. It's just like it's not something I really picked,
All right. So what's your ideal breakfast food?
My ideal breakfast, definitely like the sausage egg from McDonald's. That's what I usually get.
McMuffin?
Yeah.
What if you went out to
a
like
McMuffin always goes crazy.
For real though.
Like a sit down restaurant, like not a fast food chain? What would be your breakfast, like go to breakfast then?
Yeah, like it's not sometimes from McDonald's or it's from this one place I usually go to. It's a little cafe. It's nice.
Okay. So, but you still like getting like an egg and sausage sandwich.
Yeah, it's good. I eat it because it's high in calories. It's has meat in it, and I'm trying to bulk because I'm going to the gym.
Oh, are you? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I I cannot afford a gym membership, so I'm just doing calisthenics at the house.
Oh, that's good.
Trying to, look good for the ladies and stuff like that.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Dude, you'll come
Mostly for myself.
Yep, and most of the time, like you'll get more compliments from dudes. Like I've gotten more compliments from guys from lifting than I ever have from women. So
Dude, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
yeah. What weight are you trying to get up to? Your Asian host? You trying to like bulk up to a certain size or?
Yeah, I'm trying to gain bigger size, more mass. I'm pretty skinny.
What's your weight goal?
My weight goal is probably like about 150, 145.
So I'm gonna assume you're like in like the 120s.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'm close. I'm 135.
Shit, I'm
Oh.
170.
You're 70 pounds or 170?
170.
Oh, I was like, you're 70 pounds?
Oh my goodness, 70 pounds.
I was gonna be like, are you sure you're 27?
I'm malnourished. I'm a midget actually. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little person. I don't know what they like. So
Yeah, YouTube, do not ban us for saying that word.
I feel like
Little person.
Little
Is
person?
that TOS?
I don't know. I watched Danny.
I don't think
Duncan's-
YouTube monitors these streams anymore.
No, and I mean, if I'm not even monetized yet right now, so you know,
Yeah, they don't care about us.
no, they only care about the ones that, even though they run ads on my stuff. Like I have a feeling if you guys don't have premium, you've seen ads, and I'm like, I don't get anything from that.
I got ad block. I'm sorry.
Hey, I got ad block too. Don't be sorry. I thought
I
ad block
promise.
was-
I'll. No, it works again. I think mine updated. It started working.
Okay. Because I got that on like one of my accounts where it's like, hey, turn off ad block. You can't watch YouTube videos. And I was like,
Yeah, it
Really?
did that to me like a week ago, and I was like, "That's just stupid."
I'm like, I
Like,
get
so how
it,
am I supposed to watch YouTube now?
right? Like, I just won't watch YouTube now at this point. Like, if you're gonna make me watch these ads,
I'll go take my views to Daily Motion.
their content isn't as good, but yeah, I'll take my views over there. Like, I got no problem doing that.
They got old wrestling. I'll watch that.
Yeah, dude, it's just everybody's like doing this whole, like I get it because it's like Netflix started out with like having this whole like, all right, we're gonna do online streaming and it was fantastic, and then Disney came, Hulu came, Paramount came, all these other businesses came, and it's like, all right, I get where you guys are coming from, but it's also like there's these other people that now it's like I can't watch Netflix anymore unless I want to pay for it myself. I'm like, well, all right, no more Netflix for me any longer. So would have been the same thing for YouTube as well too.
Dude, I am. Call me Monkey D. Luffy because I'm a pirate. I don't pay for anything.
Dude, I don't either. Like I watch
Except
all
for
my
Spotify.
Spotify I pay for as well, and YouTube
I pay for
Premium.
Spotify.
But that's just because I listen to audiobooks or podcasts when I'm like driving or walking or whatever it may be.
I used to have
Yeah,
Spotify
I listen to a
Premium.
lot of. Huh?
Oh, I used to have Spotify Premium, but I think at one point they increased the price because I
They
think
did.
at one point, yeah, and then I stopped paying it because I realized, oh my God, I'm going broke because I had like about $50. And I realized, oh, it went down to 30. I was
Whoa!
going
There was
broke.
no way they charged you $20. You got scammed.
Yeah.
No, it's
You
because
got
I went. I
scammed.
didn't notice it. I didn't really check it.
Oh,
So, went
this
bloop.
is the battle of the Christmas hats. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm like, you guys getting all the good cards over here or what?
It says we're in the Christmas spirit. Come on, you got to be holly and jolly.
Dude, I didn't even know you guys could put Christmas hats on your guys.
No, this is something that my friend found on Twitter,
Oh, nice.
and I was like, "This will work," because my original picture was just sad guts.
Okay. Which do you go on Twitter a lot? Because I was talking to this girl the other day in the sauna, and she was telling me that like that's the only place that she uses to watch her anime content. Is on Twitter, and I was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't.
What do you mean watch anime content?
Was
on
like she'll
Twitter?
watch like the highlights or like the
Like the clips?
AMVs or something like that. Yeah.
Oh
Huh.
my God.
Dude, I watch all my anime content on YouTube.
See, and I'm like, I watch all my anime content on like just like one of the whenever they have a new episode, I'll just go to like one of the websites and watch my episode there or something like that.
On a highly respectable legal streaming service.
Correct. One that is paid for on a daily basis.
Absolutely. I totally didn't just put an email in and I can watch anything.
Nope. That's not what I do at all.
That's not what I did. I'm a respectable anime fan.
Exactly.
The industry gets my money.
Every last dollar of it.
Yeah, every page.
Y'all gotta put me on to the best animes. What are y'all
the
favorites?
best? Oh, dude, my taste is either you're gonna feel really lonely and want a woman, or you're gonna have to deal with your own personal traumas.
I don't need enough. I don't need enough of both of those.
Oh my, you're on a roll.
That's my first one. You've been hanging in there, Asian host. Like that, you've been up at number 1 lately. Well, what do you enjoy watching right now?
Me?
I don't know the other guy's name.
Mike
right
Shear.
Mike, thank
Mike
you.
Shear.
I was trying to find
Mike
his name,
Shear.
and I just wasn't seeing it.
Oh, well, I've never really watched any animes, but I've kind of like seen some Berserk trailers / like YouTube videos, and I've kind of been interested, but I don't know if it's worth committing to the whole thing. But
Which
I don't know.
Berserk? I don't know if did it look new?
No, I think it's the old one
There you go. You should start with that.
or the original.
If you're gonna,
I got a really bad habit of like watching these movie TV show recapped YouTube channels, and they'll just like recap the whole movie or show. So I'll kind of get a little taste for some animes.
Yeah, if you want to get into Berserk, if it's something that's also something that's gonna give you a lot of trauma, if you're interested in watching that, but that's my favorite manga of all time. I would definitely recommend watching the '90s show, and don't touch anything else from that. Just go read the manga.
Is it just one show or two seasons?
It's one season. I think it is 25 or 26 episodes. It just
And it
kind of
ends on
ends.
like a big cliffhanger, right?
Yeah, it ends at the worst possible spot a show could possibly end it.
And then they try to like remake it or what?
Yeah, they kind of not really remake it, but they try to make sequels of it. It just doesn't work.
Or
They look bad. They look terrible. Berserk 2016 is one of the worst things I've ever seen. So I would recommend either just watching that show and then reading the manga from the beginning, because the show skips a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The manga's kind of long and the author died recently. But it's still going. Yeah, Miura passed away, I think 2 years ago.
He didn't end up finishing it, if I remember correctly, right?
No, he did not finish it. I think one of his best friends is working on it right now. He's the only one that knows the ending.
His best friend does?
Yeah, he's like another mangaka. He was the only one that knows how the show's supposed to end.
Okay.
So they're still doing it, but it's it takes like 2 months for a chapter.
Oh.
No different than when Miura was alive, when it took like 5 years for a chapter.
Single chapter? Like, that's crazy. How you just
Yeah, could you imagine?
Right?
I feel really bad for the people who were reading that when they were on a boat, because they were on that boat for I think like 8 years.
I'm not familiar with that story or that background.
Yeah, so there's a part in the story where they go, like, all the characters go on a boat. And when I read it, because I was binge reading it, and it was more recent, I read it in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. People who were keeping up with it were there for, I think, almost a decade.
Huh.
They were just on a boat.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So, like, in the manga itself, they're just on a boat for a decade.
Yeah, they're on a boat for a few No, I meant like in real life, people who were kept keeping up with it were waiting for chapters, and it took a decade for them to not be on the boat.
That's crazy.
So like it's real short in the manga. You'll read it, and it's just like a little story beat. But it took them like a decade to get off the boat for manga readers. They were like, how long are we still gonna be on this boat for?
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
I feel so bad for them.
I mean, you've got to, right?
Yeah, because I had it easy. Miura was already, I guess, on his way to dying. That's a terrible way to say that.
Hey, I
Uh,
mean, aren't we all?
yeah. So he was, I guess, closer to dying than I thought, and so I was able to just read all of that in one go. And I feel bad for anybody who had to wait 10 years to see what happened next.
Yeah, no, that was so. That's why I stopped watching One Piece, was because there's so much filler. Like it was just like waiting for something to happen, and I was like, nothing ever ended up happening. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I noticed you also have a video that says One Piece is trash.
Yeah, that was so
I,
like
I
that.
have a short that I did that was One Piece is bad.
Yeah, I did that when I was watching part of I think because I skipped a lot back when I was at home, and I was watching it like week by week by week. I was like, nothing
Right.
happened this week. Like I wasted 20 minutes of my life right now. And I was like, literally nothing happened, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. It was great when I was a kid, like when I was younger, when I first started watching it at like 14 or 15 or something like that. Absolutely loved it. College, absolutely loved it. And then I think just as I've grown, as the time skip happened, it changed. It wasn't the same as it once was. And I guess it was probably me more that changed, but it just didn't have that same like comedic effect that presence that I enjoyed as a kid. So I just kind of stopped watching it. And yeah, it's sad because it's just like I love that series. I absolutely adored it, but I'll just watch the highlights or the fights or whatever it may be, and that usually seems to get me to where it needs to go, because I'd watch it for a single, like one go at a time, and I'd be like, okay, this is cool, and then nothing would come of it in that week's episode or whatever it was, and I was like, I just can't do this anymore.
Yeah. It's such a long show. Such a commitment.
Right?
And I don't really agree with people who think it's like the holy grail of anime, because it really does suffer from a lot of pacing issues.
Yep. Some people love it. I've had a friend, I've talked with him a couple of times, and he's watched it. He's in his 30s now, I'm pretty sure, and he's all caught up and watches it all the time. I feel like some of it is just like an inability almost to let go of something that we had as a kid. And the
Right.
funny part too about like the One Piece is trash video, like I
Mhm.
only released a couple on my channel at first, and then I was like, yeah, we'll just leave this here for right now. And I stopped making videos for a couple of months because I had made other YouTube videos in the past, and they never got picked up, never had any traction or anything like that. And I come back a couple of months later, I'm like, I have 100 views right now. I'm like, I haven't posted anything in like 2 months, and I have 100 views. I was like, what is happening right now? And that was when I was like, huh, okay, people do like this type of content. They are enjoying this, and this is like an evergreen piece of content, so it'll just last forever. And that's why like I kept coming back to this, was because I was like, okay, if people are liking this, then maybe they'll like some of my other stuff as well too, and just kind of see where it would go from there.
Right. It's I don't know, man. When I posted my short, it got so much flack. It was really funny.
Yeah, the comments, like it's probably my most commented video at this point in time.
I think it's my third most viewed video, and it's just like a 50 seconds of the Gear 5 clip and saying it's bad. just to give One Piece fans something to argue about.
Yep.
Piss people off. It's funny.
Well, like, I mean, you guys probably remember Andrew Tate back in the day. I mean, not even that far along, but
Back in the day. Yeah.
it kind of feels like back in the day at this point. But like,
It really does.
he got big because he went into like the Star Wars community, I'm pretty sure, and was like calling everybody like nerds and like weebs, and or like he was making fun of people within that niche, and people started hating on him. But then it was just like it worked for him. Like, I mean, subjectively it worked for him. I'm not saying what he's done is the best things, but like, I mean, he knows what he's doing from a business perspective, so I can't really argue with that.
Thought you were gonna say I was the Andrew Tate of the One Piece community.
No,
I'll do it. I'll sacrifice for the greater good.
Hey, I mean, if we need to. But yeah, like that video
No.
has almost 1,000 comments, 912 comments on that video right now, and I'm just like, that's
Jeez.
just insane. It's just people arguing. It's just like, nope, he's not true. Oh no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, all right, dude, like that's cool. I just like how my most
All right.
yeah, I'm like, all right, you guys have fun, because like when I wrote it, like I wasn't doing it to bash on the series by any means. It was just like, it was such a big part of my life for so long, and then it wasn't the same as it was when I was younger. So I was just wanting to express that view that I had. Oh, why'd I do
Yeah,
that?
no, I completely agree. These cards are terrible. Oh my god. Oh, thank God this game's
Yeah.
My
over.
goodness.
Thank you. I
I was
I-
getting slammed with nothing but blue.
I don't like
Not
how
happy.
like it still allows me to draw, even though like I have the card that I need, and I'm just so used to clicking on that. So done that a couple of times.
Oh man, I didn't have any of the cards I needed.
Yeah, Mike, but I also hear what you're saying, dude. Like I've watched like Cinema Sins and Cinema Wins and everything like that, and they give like the recaps of
Yeah.
like the series or whatever it may be. And I'm like, I just want to watch more of this. And then like I don't end up going out and watching the movie itself because I got like the 5 to 10 minute recap of said
Mhm.
series. Which that's why it's like with the content that I do, it's just like maybe I talk about the episode, maybe I don't talk about the episode. Like go out and watch it, but you don't have to watch the episode necessarily to be able to understand the content per se. At least that's how I try to make it. Seems to work out decently well.
Yeah, you do a great job. I can't complain. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you guys keep me going.
Apparently 1,000 other people like it too.
Yeah, I mean that's so like when we look at the subscribers, like subscribers, when we look at it, like if you are wanting to grow your channel as well too, it's almost more of a vanity metric, the subs. At a certain point, it's more about like how many people are coming back to the channel each and every single video. Like that's more important to me than like the amount of subscribers. Once I hit, it was just I just wanted to get to that 1,000 mark, so that then I could start to get monetized. Everything after that was just kind of like secondary, more or less, and I was also doing it for the wrong reasons before. I was like, let's just try to get monetized or whatever it may be, and now I'm like, let's just talk and see if we can connect with other people and kind of like how you were talking about, give like almost a safe community for everybody to feel like they aren't judged for their opinion, or they don't feel like they can't speak up because somebody's going to make fun of them for liking this or liking that. And I'm like, you do you. I have no concern as long as like we can have a discussion. Like I'm cool with that. I'm chilling.
Right, yeah, because I don't have the most popular anime opinions. You know, a lot of the shows that I watch are kind of trash. I'm sure not everybody likes Monogatari, but I love that show. So I just wanted to give a platform for people, not just myself, to just be able to be like, hey, this guy watches weird stuff too. So if we watch weird stuff, he's probably not going to care.
Yep,
And
exactly.
it's just a place for us to just enjoy weird anime and or video games or whatever and just feel like you're a part of something.
So you haven't posted a video then? So you just posted okay, so you're back to posting videos, it looks like then?
Yeah. The last I posted a summer review of anime, so I watched like 7 shows from the summer. Then I did the Attack on Titan one, because it ended, and that was definitely I only did that because it ended, and I was like, "Ooh, people are talking about it. I could finally talk about why I like Attack on Titan."
Mm-hmm.
Instead of giving a review on it, because I couldn't review it because I had problems with it. I don't think it's the greatest anime of all time, but I love the show to death.
So what is
So I just did.
what is your
What
take?
were you gonna say?
What is your take on Attack on Titan then, like in the ending and everything? That unless not everybody else has finished it, but I feel like you're as your host. Have you finished it?
Yep.
So you're caught up.
Yeah, I'm caught up.
And then Mike, you have you watched
I
Attack
mean,
on Titan?
you can spoil it for me. I've seen plenty of recaps.
Okay.
Okay.
I know about it.
For me, the ending kind of mid.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the grand scale of everything, like how big the battle was and everything. I really like that. The emotional scenes were emotional, so they did hit. But I don't know. I feel like there was just some more questions I wanted answered. Maybe, I don't know. It's been a while because I read the manga ending. I did not watch the anime ending,
Okay.
but I heard it was the same.
Yeah, it was identical.
So with the manga, I was like, it's all right. You know, them saying the cycle's gonna repeat because of like time, and that's just how humanity is.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, I guess that it's realistic, but it didn't feel like closure. You know?
Yeah, I get that. Like, yeah, I can see. What were you expecting
I
to
don't-
happen then?
I don't know. Maybe my expectations were just super high because it was something I've been invested in since it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just making a video review, I just did a kind of like a personal essay where I just talked about how I got into the show and what my life was like while watching it.
Nice.
and then just how I grew with the show, and that's why I like it so much. Because I do feel bad saying that I don't like the ending that much. I don't think it's a bad ending. Just don't think it's the best.
Because if you had wrote it yourself, how would you have written that ending then?
I don't know. I definitely wouldn't have killed Aaron.
No.
I don't, no, I don't think I would have killed him. I wouldn't have had the heart to do it. I was kind of rooting for him, to be honest. I would have hoped that he reformed at some point. Like Mikasa pulled some Naruto shit and was like, you know, you don't really need to do that. And love trumps everything. I don't know why I was looking for that.
I mean, it's not wrong. It's something that I've been, I wouldn't say wrestling with, but coming to grips with is that, like, love does cure everything. Like, if we have fear or whatever it may be, it's better to love something than not to, as weird and corny as that may be. But it's just like, that's where, I think that's where a lot of our problems lie right now. We just don't have enough love going around in the world, which is sad.
Yeah.
What's your channel name, Rom?
It's the same as my handle here.
Here, I can link it in the chat as well, too, for you. So I had to pull it up.
So that was like the most recent video I did. That was like anime based, and then they did the video game award stuff, which isn't doing any numbers, but it was fun.
As long as you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it was my first time really trying to get OBS to really work and be able to just react to something. I never really react to anything, but I always have good reactions. Like when I'm at my house, like I'll pop off for like a really cool game or something. So I was like, I'll just put the microphone in front of me. I'll just talk.
Dude, I've always wanted to be one of those people that could have like really good reactions. I'm like,
Yeah, you don't get excited for stuff.
no, not really. Like, I mean, I might like sit up on like the corner of the couch or whatever it may be, or might like sit up a little bit straighter. But and maybe I'll have like a little like, oh, all right, that was sick. But like other than that, like, no, don't really have much of anything.
Dude, I was like crying during the Final Fantasy VII trailer. I was in there. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It wasn't like super over the top. I think somebody commented. I posted it in a Final Fantasy group I'm in on Facebook, and the first comment I got was, "This is such a fake reaction." And I'm like, dude, you just don't understand it. This is my favorite video game ever. This is exactly how I react to this. They didn't see me react to Sephiroth getting announced for Smash. I legit screamed like my team won the Super Bowl.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
just a passionate guy.
Hey, I mean, aren't we all, right? Like, just in our own individual, unique ways, which that's what I love, man. Like, we all just have our own things. We have our own, like, things that interest us.
Beauty of humanity.
Us. Exactly. It's good for everyone. Just crazy. Yeah. I think things will come along for you, dude. Like, if you just keep posting content, like, I don't know. Have you unlisted any of your content or anything like that, or is it all...
No, everything's up.
Everything's up?
Everything's up.
Gotcha.
I don't have any shame in what I put up.
That's good. I'm right there with you. At least on this channel. I leave everything up. I've unlisted some of the videos on my older channel because, like, I had no idea what I was talking about back then. Maybe I'll relist them one day, but as of right now, I'm like, yeah, those are just more for me. It was a growth stage, I would say.
Dude, I got videos from when I was, like, 11 on here. And those are still up. They're not on this channel, but they're still up. And I look back at those and I'm like ashamed I even tried to do that. I'm like, oh god, because I'm like this little bald kid, just playing with a camcorder that wasn't mine, and a CRT TV playing like Super Mario RPG or something.
So how'd you manage that? Like, did you just have the camera like set up and it was like on the screen or something like that?
So I had a bunk bed.
Mm-hmm.
Top bunk would hold the camera.
Oh, dude, that's genius. That's really smart. I did this like I had a camera. I've been making like videos ever since I was like 5 or so. Like they weren't great. Like I was rewatching some of them back in the day and I was like, this is just making me nauseous right now. I'm like, how did I think this was good back then? But it was also like I had to do those types of videos to make it so I could get to this point to where I can make videos like this nowadays. So it is just an ever evolving process, and it just takes time.
Yeah,
I would say.
Why did I do that switch card thing? I had less
I'll
cards.
switch it back.
No. You don't got to do that.
No, I
It's
mean,
okay.
I switched
got
it too. I didn't have anything after you gave me your cards, or maybe I did, but
It's all right. I got to figure out how to crawl out of this hole.
it's easier. It's easier than you think it might be.
We'll see.
What do we want? Yeah,
Oops.
I enjoyed the end of Attack on Titan. I thought it was well done, and I liked how they like gave their concept of like, yep, it's still going to continue on. Like it is a never ending cycle. Some people were disagreeing with me in the comments on that one too, but I was just like, when you think about it, like history always repeats itself, even in our natural world as well too. Everything is a cyclical nature, so
Yeah.
it's
No,
good.
I don't dislike that part. I just wish there was a little more to it, maybe.
Yeah, I can get that.
But if you like it, dude, more power to you guys. I'm definitely not gonna say like I don't like the show and that the ending was paramount to me. It didn't ruin my experience with it whatsoever. I enjoyed the show the whole time.
Right, that's good. And then your Asian Ghost he said he was watching like Blue Lock. I'm pretty sure. Have you watched that at all?
That's a soccer one, right? The one about the like the Japan Olympic team or
Mhm.
FIFA World Cup team or something.
Yeah. It's
Give me
really
1 second.
good.
I'm gonna mute really quick. I
Yeah,
gotta
you're
talk to
good,
somebody.
dude.
You're good.
Is it good though, your Asian host? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's really good. I love it.
Because I watched what was the Hikaru, the volleyball one,
Haiku, that one's really good too. I love that anime.
right?
The volleyball one.
I really enjoyed that one quite a bit, actually.
It showed a good lesson, I think, in the first season. It was about hard work and repetition, is what I saw.
Hard work and repetition for the volleyball one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love to watch it. Like I can't remember. I remember watching it back when I was at home, and I was just blown away by like just their determination and their power of will, and I was like, all right, I want to watch more of this. And then I watched a little bit of it, and I actually watched the full season, first season, and I loved every second of it. So it's pretty exciting to say that. Like I like animes that kind of hype me up and inspire me to like go out and do something. Like I almost was like, all right, I want to go start playing volleyball now. Didn't end up doing it, but I got pretty close to getting started out with that thing, which was pretty fun.
That's what Blue Lock kind of did to me. It motivated me more after watching that.
Was that why you started playing soccer to begin with then?
That's why I continued it.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I love hearing that. 'Cause, yeah, soccer was one of the sports. Like I want to get back into like FIFA. I don't know if you've ever played FIFA at all or not, but
Oh yeah, I see my uncles play them all the time.
I love it. FIFA's just it's fun for me, man. Like yeah, I FIFA's exciting because it's such a intricate game that I didn't know it was intricate, and then seeing how intricate it actually is, I'm like, all right, this is pretty sweet. So I figure we give that a try and see where that goes. But I enjoy it. I do enjoy that aspect of it, which is it's fun for me to be able to watch it. I played a lot of it back when I was in college too, with one of my roommates. He played soccer for a couple of years, and he was really good at being able to play soccer and just being able to. He was just really good at FIFA, and I always wanted to play, but I would always lose, and he never wanted to play more, like for a long time to help me get good. So I would have to kind of practice on my own, and I was like trying to get really good at FIFA back in the day, and yeah, never got as good as like I probably could have, but it was just other things started to take precedence for me, so I started to shift away from that game. But yeah, it was fun at the time.
Man, I'm glad you did because I think recently it's become more pay to win because there's these packs where you open it and I think some of them cost money for better players to put on your team.
See, and that's just like I feel like that makes it hard for like the everyday person, you know? Like because it's like, do I really want to pay to play this video game? Or do I just want to play the video game? Like I've just never enjoyed that aspect of it. So I'm like, I'd rather it's every single video game is like when I was playing video games before, maybe it'll make me sound like a boomer a little bit, but it's just like we didn't have to pay all these extra fees to play games. Like I bought the game, I played the game, and that was it. Like, we didn't have to pay for online. We didn't have to pay for all these extra expansion packs or these pay-to-win things or whatever it may be. And
Yeah.
it made things a whole lot, I'd say, more enjoyable to a certain extent. So that was a nice little change of pace. But it's just not like that anymore. All these game companies they're grabbing for money. So, like, I'm just wondering how GTA 6 is going to be. Like, if it's going to be like, okay, you need to pay for this, you need to pay for that. Or if it's just going to be like, all right, here, you're good to go type of thing, you know?
I heard they were debating whether you should pay on how much hours you play the game.
So, wait, what?
Yeah, I saw it on a YouTuber I watch called Dark Viper AU,
Yeah.
where he does these rambles, and he says something about how they were observing how many hours you'd play the game, then you'd pay that much amount instead of buying like the full game at a full price, because they said they work so hard on it, and to where they feel like we should do that.
That is
But
absolutely ridiculous. I do not agree with that.
me
Skyrim,
neither.
Bethesda would have all my money for the amount of hours I put into Skyrim.
Oh my
How
god.
many hours did you put into Skyrim?
Probably like 4 years in total.
Wow.
Maybe, I don't know. I used to play that game every day like it was religion.
Is Skyrim really that good?
It was to me because when it came out, I was like in middle school,
Oh,
so it was the big thing at the time. Sorry for being gone for so long. I had
No,
to take
dude.
care of some business.
You're good. I mean, this is
I had to use the bathroom.
Hey.
That really was it.
it's fine.
One of the guys that it's usually right around the 3 hour mark where one of the other guys that I do a podcast with, he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, all right, that works for me. So
You guys do the podcast on Discord?
Yeah. So my buddy and I from Germany, we do our podcast, Mindset Mastery.
Oh wow.
He's really smart into like metaphysics and like quantum mechanics and like energies and how the world works, and I just love learning about everything. So him and we talk for like 3-4 hours. Doing another one with him on tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. So, and we just do it on Discord, and then I just upload the video onto one of my other channels, and yeah, that's just kind of where we go from here. Which I haven't found like a good way to be able to, like, I guess, separate the two like clips from one another. But other than that, like, everything works seamlessly. Even though one of my other buddies that wanted to do an interview, like a podcast with me as well too, got all upset because I used Discord. He's like, use Riverside, so I have 2 individual clips. I'm like, bro, it's my podcast. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. Like, if you want to be a guest, like, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a whole thing, but we worked it out.
Yeah, I would just be happy to be on a podcast.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I'd consider this a podcast. I'd have you as a guest on my podcast as well too, if you ever want to be.
Of course, I don't know much about metaphysics or anything, but if you ever wanted to interview or just probe my brain,
Dude,
go for it.
I mean, that's what we're kind of doing right now too. Like, just it's a little bit of a
Yeah,
different.
I like this. This is fun.
It's a different approach, I would say. I was like, I'd rather do this and have it up there. Maybe it'll reach somebody, maybe it won't, but
Do these get like when you do streams on YouTube, they stay up, don't they? Like you can watch it back.
Yep. Yeah. So if I'm remembering correctly, I have it set to public afterwards, so it should be
cool.
able to like re-upload. So like, there's an option on YouTube where it says unless live replay once stream ends, and I have that turned off. So like, the stream will be able to be watched by anybody else. That's why I was like, if you ever wanted to say, like, if you enjoyed certain conversations from this or whatever it is, then feel free to take it and like edit it to whatever you need it to be. And then you can always share it and like do other voiceovers or other clips over it or whatever it is to make it more interesting or change aspects, whatever it is. I'm perfectly okay with like you doing something like that.
I'm gonna gaslight everybody into thinking you're a terrible person. No, I'm
Hey,
totally kidding,
bro.
I'm
Hey, I mean, if you need
kidding.
to, like, because they'll come to my channel and they'll be like, what the fuck, what is Romcom talking about? This dude's like one of the most chill guys I've ever met.
Yeah, no, I would never, man. Don't ever worry about that. I'm here to support any YouTubers, man. I always appreciated your comments,
I appreciate that.
which
yeah.
is why I was like, I'll come in. I'll show some love. I love like little channels. Even though to me, you're a pretty big channel. 1,000 subs is nothing to play with.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I look at it, like, looking back, like, was looking at my analytics just the other day, and I was like, okay, so this is what happens when I stay consistent and I post like every single day or whatever it is. It's like I get subscribers. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I stop posting, it's like, okay, I don't get subscribers. So I kind of have started to look at it as like, it's like going to the gym. As long as I just show up
Yeah.
every day, I'll get the muscles. I'll have the body that I
You're
want.
never going to see the results immediately, but over time, you'll definitely start to notice it.
Exactly. And since I like
It's all about
experimenting,
just patience.
dude, and yeah, patience is it's
Patience, creativity, experimentation. Just don't ever box yourself in. Just feel free to express however you feel. Good game.
right. That's a nice
That
one.
was a long game.
That was probably because I was peeing.
What's Go ahead.
Just keep up all the creativity. Don't box yourself in and express yourself on this channel the way you feel fit.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Thank you for that.
I see that it's working tremendously for you in my book. I understand that maybe in your head you're like, I wish it could be better, because I'm the same way. But I always look at like 200 subs as, for me, like a pipe dream, something I couldn't even imagine doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Right.
That 200 people would care enough to press a button and be like, I want to see what this guy's gonna do next time. You know?
That's been my like mental shift of like, let's say I'm in a room, like, because I have a goal of being able to, like, I want to be speaking on stages, like doing motivational like speeches and everything like that eventually. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a goal
I
of
want
mine.
to do panels and Q&As and stuff like that where I could interact with people for real.
Exactly. I'm like just being able to be in front of everybody, I feel like would be really, really cool to do. So I was like, I've shifted my mind to, I'm like, I had 15 people or 20 people show up to this room today and they decided to listen to me talk. I'm like, that's amazing. I before I'd be like, I only had 5 people or 10 people. And I'm like, who am I comparing this to? Like, where's this comparison coming from? And then once I figured out, it's like, okay, it's coming from these other big channels, and I don't need to worry about that. That's kind of where like my mind shift happened, and then also hearing like you say like, hey, yeah, it might not be where you want it to be because like the whole perfection thing, but it is nice to hear that like other people are finding value in the things that I am talking about, because yeah, it's hard sometimes, like not getting like the massive numbers that everybody else is, but I'm just like, I'll just try and
Right.
experiment with it and try and find like what works best for me. Because I heard something the other day too, where it's like once you start like mixing up your content, or you find your voice, like it's hard for your audience for like you to switch that type of content, because your audience becomes so accustomed to say seeing that type of content type of thing. So that's why most YouTubers create other channels so that they can have those like different types of creativity and expression within their content.
Right. I tried that. I tried doing the gaming channel, and then I realized I don't really have a lot of the software or hardware to really keep up with the type of games that I like to play, because I mostly play on like my PlayStation.
Mhm.
I'm not really a PC gamer much, because this is just a laptop that I'm using. So I did make a gaming channel where I was playing like Genshin, and I wasn't good at it. So I was like, this is terrible. I don't think I want to keep doing this. And that's why I just put the video game award stuff on the main channel. And if people didn't want to watch it and it didn't gain any numbers, I didn't care, because I could always go back and I could watch it for myself or show my friends.
Exactly. You got
And I
more,
was like, it's all in one place where I could just find it.
right? Keeping it all structured, and you got more balls than I do. Like I was always afraid to show my friends like my anime channel. Like I was like, yeah, like I just never wanted people to know type of thing. But now I'm like, all right, whatever. Like this is just
My
what I
mom
do.
watches my videos.
Oh, dude, I'm jealous of you.
We
right
live in the
there.
same house, but she does watch. She'll watch them. She'll be like, you made a new one. I also have my younger sister as my editor.
Really?
Yeah, I pay her out of pocket.
Oh, dude, that's nice. I've tried to get my sister to edit for me or film for me, like when I do like my IRL stuff, and she's like,
Mhm.
I don't want to do that for you. I'm like, really? Come on, like help your brother out. She's like, no. So I
I
ended up.
didn't even have to ask. I just what I did was we were just having a conversation, and she was like, I don't want to be on I don't want to be on camera. I'm like, well, one, I'm not on camera because I don't want to show my face or give out my personal identity. I still want to remain anonymous, some mysteriousness. And I also I just wanted to like create like a character, like a persona.
Yep.
That was just me, like the truest me, without anybody having to see my face or judge.
Right. That was my big
You know?
thing too, Because like there's this judgment that comes along, so it's like why not have some anonymity. Thank you. Thank you. My words are hard.
So no
sometimes.
face reveal tonight for both of y'all?
Hey, I mean,
No face reveal. No face reveal.
it's out
I don't
there.
know if it's coming, but maybe if I get like, that'll be my like I guess, maybe 10,000 sub goal. Maybe I'll do a face reveal,
Yeah,
or I'll do it at a panel one day. Like if I ever get famous enough to do like a panel at a convention,
I bet you would if you
I'll
think
do
about it enough. Like believe
I
it
would
to be
hope
true.
so.
It's already done at that point. I mean, if you can see it in
Yeah,
your
I'll
head,
be like, here you go.
you know, if you see yourself speaking on the panel, it'll just take some years for you to get there. Possibly, not even possibly. It'll just take maybe some years or a couple of months, depending on how badly you want it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try. I gotta be more consistent. I gotta not be, even if I'm tired, I still gotta put out some content and just motivate myself, which is not that hard anymore. I think it was just personal issues that were going on that was the big detriment to my channel.
Yeah,
You should do face reveal at 222 subscribers.
222.
That would be
Aren't you
what's
two?
up.
Would if you sub right now, you'll be 222, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he would be.
Yeah, you gotta
I can't
commit,
do that,
bro.
buddy. You gotta you gotta work for that one. Come on.
Trip 2 is that would be pretty good. I had a couple of, I don't think you guys ever saw them. I posted like 2 videos on the channel where it was me talking with my face and everything like that, and then I ended up unlisting those because I felt like it just didn't go with the whole vibe of the channel. So
Hey, whatever vibe you created on that channel, it works for me, man. Hell, I'd probably even go to, not even to say it's boring, because it's not, but it's very comforting. I'd probably put those on to go to sleep.
Hey, I mean that works for me, man. I've had a couple of other people tell me that same thing. So I'm like, I don't like if that's how you use my content. Like, I mean, that's how you use my content. I'm not offended by that at all. Because then I look at it as it's more like it's almost getting into your subconscious. So like you probably are like, there's probably something that is seeping into you. I'm like, hey, if
getting
that's what
brainwashed
works,
by Weeb help.
hey, bro. Like, I mean, that's what we're doing. I'm trying to brainwash the world, create a religion, a cult, whatever it may be. You know.
Let's do it. Let's start a cult.
Hey, I'm down. Not out in Waco, but somewhere else.
We'll do oh please no no, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Are we allowed to talk about Waco on you? No, we're not monetized. They don't.
No, I mean, is Waco? Why would that be a sore subject?
I don't know. Everything's a sore subject nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true. But I'm also like my content's more like, my like. I mean, if I get monetized, I get monetized, but that's only like from what the research and studies that I've done. Like monetization is only such a small part of like YouTubers' income. Like Danny Duncan is one guy that comes to mind. Like he puts in all like copyright songs and all this other music, and most of his videos, if not all of them, are never monetized. But the dude's made like $1 million in a single month. So I'm like, the monetization isn't the main thing. It's more of like the products, the merchandise that you sell, or like the community that you build upon the following that you create from YouTube.
Right. Man, now I'm thinking, man, that'd be cool if I could create some merch. That'd be cool.
Right?
That's another goal I guess I got to set for myself.
Yeah, just small little incremental goals that just kind of, yeah, they take us a little bit further.
I just want to get viewer retention. I just want people to come back.
Yeah.
And engage more.
Yeah, my engagement rate is not great. Like most people don't comment on the videos, but I'm like, that's okay.
I'm gonna get up in them comments tonight. Watch.
Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, dude. It's
anything to help you out, man.
Appreciate that, man. Likewise for you. Like, if you ever need anything, like, just let me know. Happy
of
to
course.
do.
If you ever want to collab on videos too, man, please.
Think we're heading in that same direction.
Yeah, just hit me up. I want to help everybody because we're all kind of smaller creators. I want everybody to, let's all eat together, you know?
Exactly.
I don't want to go up. That's why I recruited my sister to be part of the channel, and I have a best friend that's a really good artist that I want to do art for the channel, and I want everybody to come up with me, and that way everybody's goals are met and we are all feasting at the same table instead of just me and giving out like handouts. I want us to all work together.
Exactly.
Or I also just don't want to look down at everybody and feel like I'm alone where I'm at. You know, I want to share with everybody.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Yeah, I was under the impression before that I had to do this alone because I didn't think other people would get it because I didn't know about the online communities. Like everybody that I talked with in the small town that I went to school in, it was just nobody understood like what I was talking about. Like, dude, you can't make a living off of this. Like this, you can't do this. And then I started getting on into these online communities. And I'm like, I'm able to have conversations with people for like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever it may be. And it's like, okay, so I just wasn't around the right people type of thing.
Yeah, you'll find like a community that people are really going to relate to whatever you're saying and the products that you're pushing. You'll find it, and I'm sure you're already starting to find it. Clearly, you got 3 of us in here, and I've never talked to you or met you before, but it feels like we've been friends for a while.
Bro, that's my whole thing, and that's what my friends tell me too. They're just like, dude, you can make it feel like you've been friends with everybody for so long, and I'm like, yeah, because everybody is my friend. I'm like, we're all just people trying to figure it out. So I appreciate you saying that, man. It's good. It's one of those things where it's like it's reinforced, but it's also like, you know, I said Victory the bird. I said I'd do it for free. Skinny. Is that your sister?
Oh, that is not my sister. No, it's my best friend.
I was like, that'd be cool.
She called me stinky. Oh, come on! You can't come into the stream talking shit. Come on.
Like, I think it's cool because like we're doing this right now, and it's like, say a couple years from now or a couple months from now, it's like can be in a completely different place that we were at today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm like, it takes that first step, and then once we take that first step, then all the rest of the steps just start to follow behind it.
Yeah, all the pieces will fall into place. It's just keeping at it. You know, you just got to stay motivated, and whatever little community you build will always keep motivating you to keep going.
Yeah, I was watching a Markiplier video a couple days ago, and he was talking about that because it was something I was struggling with because it's just like I've been doing it for so long, and I was like, I just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere, so I was like, let's do something different than what I typically would do. Because like I've never seen somebody like, I've seen other streams, but I feel like there's a lot of preparation between like, all right, we're gonna be talking about this with this person today, and I'm just like, this is how I live my normal everyday life. I run into random people. Thank you. Run into random people, and I just kind of have a conversation with them. And I'd rather do that here as well too, and kind of see where it goes, you know. Why did I play that? Right
more
there?
Power to you. Just keep it up.
Appreciate that. You guys gotta do the same. Can't.
Trying, man. Trying.
That's all we're doing, right?
I gotta get a better mic.
Do you though? I feel like your mic sounds good right now.
There's a low hum when I like record audio.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll notice it, but I also realized I could put like noise suppression on. I did not know I could do that in videos and stuff. So I'm gonna start using that to try to get a clearer, crisper sound. I gotta win one of these games, man. I feel like it's been like a year since I won.
Right.
Oh,
dude,
my God. Here we go.
That was so
This is my greatest rival in this game. Come on, bud.
Did your buddy Victory want to come in to the stream as well too and play around or what?
That's up to her. She wants the link is in the description.
That it is.
The link is in the description. Make sure to drop a like, sub, and comment.
Yep. And if they made it to this far in the video, I appreciate that person that has made it this far.
Yeah, anybody who just enjoyed this channel. This channel's fantastic.
Appreciate you saying that, man. I really do.
Anytime. I'll do shameless plugs for you guys. That goes for all of you. If you guys have content, products, whatever, I'll do shameless plugs.
It's better coming from somebody else than coming from myself.
I shameless plugged myself earlier in my friend's group chat. I did not care. I do that. So here's a little secret. We're going to keep it here on this channel so that my actual viewers don't know what I do. I promo myself on Reddit by pretending to be somebody else and then throwing it in a bunch of subreddits to try to get people to watch it.
Bro, it's
And
so
it sometimes
funny.
works.
Yeah, it's funny that
And
I've thought about doing the same thing too.
Honestly, just do it. My name on there is like Anime YouTube Boy.
What the heck?
It's so funny. And people get mad. I get booted out of so many subreddits. I got booted from the Rent a Girlfriend subreddit for posting a video that was praising Rent a Girlfriend.
What?
They booted me, my own people.
Wow.
My
How
own
dare
people.
they?
I'm telling you, Asian Ghost, it's just your own people will do it to you, man.
That's true.
Your own people. Aren't you supposed to protect your own though? You know?
I I try. I try. I've been called smelly in the chat. Wonderful. I took a shower before I got on here.
That is
I am
good. I
not
still have to
smelly.
shower tonight, so
I am one of the few anime fans that has good hygiene. Let's start promoting good hygiene for anime fans. Come on, guys.
good hygiene, fitness.
Good hygiene, good mental health,
Yup. That's kind of my
and
direction.
physical health. Eat good. Stop eating McDonald's egg and sausage sandwiches all day.
No, trust the process.
Just the
Trust the
process, yeah, the
process.
processed food going through your digestive tract. Toilets are not happy with you, man.
Or they're
What's
as
wrong with
happy as they can be,
I mean, it's getting used, I guess.
right?
Right.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like this game's a little more heated. Everybody's just throwing stuff down so fast. Are we getting competitive here?
That's what this is about, right?
Yes,
Nah,
sir.
Watch the stream. The stream's going to divulge into something. Just it's gonna be competitive. What is this game called? Blazing Eights.
Yeah, Blazing
sir.
Eights.
We should just start doing this. This should be our content.
I'm down.
Just just streaming competitive Blazing Eights on Discord.
I was thinking Uno next time or something like that.
Is Uno on here, or do you have to like buy that?
I don't think that one is on here. They had like Catan on here as well, but that game almost takes more focus for me. They had
There's
chess.
so
That
many
game
games.
takes more fun. Dude, my brain is on fire right now trying
Bro.
to figure this out.
Really? I'm like, it's matching numbers and colors. I'm like, that's easy for me. But like me
Dude,
having
I
to
can't
play
multitask.
strategy, me trying to keep that. They got Bubble Bash on here. They got a couple of games on here. It looks like.
He reads Rent a Girlfriend, don't believe him? Shut up. Leave me alone. My opinion matters.
His opinion does matter. All
Yeah,
of our,
you tell him. You
all
tell
of
him.
our
we hope.
opinions matter.
Absolutely.
Every single one.
How do I say your name without saying it the whole name? Can I can't feel. I feel like I can't call you Weeb. That would
Hey.
be disrespectful.
I mean, it's all good, dude. You can do Weeb, WH. You can do Cal, Ben. I don't really. I respond to whatever, dude.
Is your actual name Ben?
Middle name, yeah.
All right.
Okay, I
And
found this
then
on.
Siri. Really,
I'm not sure I understand.
bro?
Identity reasons.
Did you hear that? Siri was just going ham right now. But yeah, no.
Okay.
Name's Caleb. So yeah, you can call me.
Pleasure
that
to
or
meet
Ben,
you formally.
Either one, or
Nice to
Mayor.
meet you, Caleb.
Likewise, guys. Yeah, part of me thinks that like if I did show my face on the channel, it would help more. Because like how you're talking about how it's like almost a therapy aspect where it's like it seems like I'm helping like with mental health and things like that.
Right.
That was where I was like, you probably would add a little bit more like personality and connection to other people if I started doing more of like my face.
just put sad anime clips over it all the time.
That's kind of my take. Which yeah, it works for me, man. And I don't know if you guys like
Good.
how it has just been like just a solid clip like on screen and just me kind of talking without like the past like editing all the other
Feels very
anime
intimate.
clips.
I like it.
Cool.
Minimal editing is also, dude. My description for my channel is the world's most low effort anime YouTuber. So don't worry.
Yeah, dude. It's just it's not that I don't enjoy it. Like oh yeah, hey, the world's most low effort anime YouTuber. I love it.
Gotta market, man.
Dude, that's all it's about is marketing. I'm just under the impression I'm just like, I mainly watch content of people where it's just like, it is just like a stagnant head or like a talking head or something like that, or just like a picture on screen without a whole bunch of edits. And I'm like, I like that type of content. So I'm like, if I like that type of content, there's probably other people that also like that type of content, you know?
Absolutely. Always create the content that you like. If you're not gonna go back and watch your own content, or it's something that you wouldn't watch, don't make it.
Right? That's kind of where my thought is, and that's what I've had to make that change over these past couple of months, is just realizing that like I got to make things that I like, and hopefully the right people will come. I was just always worried that it would be like frowned upon and looked at in the wrong way, and it's just like I can't worry about those things anymore.
Yeah, we're on the internet. Most things we're gonna do will somehow at some point get frowned upon or looked at bad. But as long as your heart's in it and you're doing what you want to do, there's nothing anybody can say to deter you from that.
Yep, and that's all I'm doing right now. I'm the first time in my life that I'm letting my heart take direction for me, and I'm like, this is It's a little
More
terrifying.
people need to do that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's the most terrifying thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, letting people see what's on the inside. But I'm like, hey, dude, like, from one of the other guys that I was listening to, where he was like showing his insides, I was like, all right, he's doing something that's right. So if he's doing something, then, and he's having the type of impact around all these other people, then I might as well try and do the exact same thing. And I like talking to people, so I figure I'll start the stream, and other people that want to join will join, and other people that won't, and maybe they'll find some value or just come out and chill. Maybe they'll fall asleep watching this or something like that, and that'll work for me. So I'm happy with it.
I'm glad.
Like, I don't know.
Asian Ghost, what do you like to do?
Yeah, man.
Other than eat breakfast sandwiches.
I work out, play soccer, just head to my school. Over this like Saturday, Sunday, I usually visit family. They take
That's
me
good.
out. Yeah, that's all.
Are you an anime guy too?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna ask you the tough questions. Top 3 anime.
Top 3?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Don't let me down, man. You can say the wrong answer.
That is true. There is no right answer.
Oh, for
I might
me,
be a
there are
little
total
biased.
wrong answers. No, I'm just kidding.
Because this is a childhood anime. Just like
That-
one of the first
okay.
animes I watched called Gargantuan on a Vertus Planet.
I have no idea what that is. That sounds so cool. What is that?
Oh my, it's a lot to pack in one sentence, but I'll try.
You can do more than one
So-
sentence.
Hmm?
You got more than one sentence. You can give us a whole
Dude,
synopsis.
yeah, I never said you had to put it in one sentence.
Okay, here you go. So it's an anime about a war between humanity and these aliens that invaded. And there's a boy who is raised by the military who was put into a mecha pilot, and the mecha pilot.
Oh,
and
it's a mecha show? Big robots?
Yes, sir.
I'm in. You sold me.
Mecha and the pilot are connected, and they know like almost everything about each other. And he goes into war because the aliens surprise attacked them, and they have to defend it. And the aliens brought like ultimate weapon. The guy gets sucked into like some black hole that randomly
Okay.
formed during the battle,
Mhm.
and he gets dropped off on the planet Earth. And during this time on planet Earth, everything has gone underwater. Everything has flooded. No islands, no land, just all boats and water.
Okay.
And as he lands on a boat where each boat is like a civilization of different people, like different countries and stuff like that. And he doesn't even know their language. He knows nothing of it. Stories, there's so much. Oh my god.
It sounds like you love this show.
I do. It's such a good childhood show. I'm so glad I got introduced to it. when I was
Definitely
younger.
link that in the general chat so I could find that.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
I
at least
got
put the
you.
name of it. I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'll make a video on it.
Over this planet.
So take a look.
I love
your time, bud.
mechs.
Dude, okay, finally. Somebody that likes anything with big robots in it is an immediate win for me.
Oops, I misspelled all that. Wait.
I'm sure I'll find it. I know what it says. I know what it says.
There we go.
Perfect. There it is.
There it is.
That is a mouthful. Christ.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
That is. Yeah, I don't know how that went under my radar, considering I watch weird stuff all the time.
It's a foreign one or what? Like an older
But
one?
it's not entirely mecha. Yeah, it's really old.
Oh, okay. I have seen photos of this one, and I thought about checking it out as well too. You're saying
Let me
it's
see.
good?
I'm gonna Google this.
Yeah, I can put it on here real quick as
Gargantuan.
well too.
But I never saw the season 2 of this. If there was one.
Looks pretty good.
I did not find it.
Oh yeah, dude, I did a short for this on one of my other channels. I didn't know that this was what it was from.
That's
Oh,
insane.
you
What a
did?
small
Yeah.
world.
Like it was like with the dancing girls. I think I might have done it on one of my TikTok accounts.
Oh yeah, the dancing girl. That's such a famous clip.
Yeah, that was the one where I was like, all right, I'll take this.
Let's see, Gargantia. Oh wow, that popped up immediately. Oh, I know what this is. 2013.
I saw it on Netflix.
Yeah, it's the first place. Oh no, it says I could watch now for $1.99 on Google Play Movies. That's totally the website I use to watch anime. It's totally not a spin-off of Kiss Anime. Totally.
No, not even close.
Not at all.
No, what is Kiss Anime? I've never heard of that.
What is
Yeah,
that?
never heard of
I think
that.
it's that one show where the two ladies they kiss. It gets real spicy.
Is that what? I
Oh
think that
my.
sounds about right.
Yeah, just just right up my alley. That's this looks insanely cool. That mech design is really nice.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it's my turn, ain't it? Oh, shit. Oh, it's not. Thank God. All right, so that's one of them. What are the other two anime?
Yeah, we need the other two.
All right, my
He just
second
was
place is
plugging this show
Blue Lock.
crazy. He was like, "This is it. This is
And-
the only anime I care about."
And we got Blue Lock.
Okay.
And
Yeah, Blue Lock I heard is pretty good.
I think I have. Wait, let me look for my third one. I forgot the name of it, but I have it saved on a Luffy website.
On your Crunchyroll account, right? Yep.
Yep. Ah, is it my turn?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
And let's go with this one.
Oh, it got taken down.
No.
Alliance for Creativity. Oh wow.
Here, I'm putting in the chat the website I use. It's not the direct link, but if you look that up, you should find it.
Perfect.
I
I
got
will
you.
look at that here in a moment. So
Yeah, it is. It's totally Crunchyroll. Yes.
yeah, I don't even remember. I used a different one.
What the heck?
Been on there. Let's go. With
One of
I
the
used
top
to use-
searches is Overflow Uncensored. What the heck?
What's Overflow? Is that like a hentai?
Let's no. That's a bad.
It's a bad one.
Bad.
Oh, why did I do this? No.
Why was it in the top searches of the website? What the
That's what I get for talking about hentai. I get all the cards.
heck?
Karma's real.
Where is this?
Still paying some karmic debts back, but karma's more
Dude,
real.
paying it.
Hmm.
I just paid it immediately. I said hentai, and they sent me 7 cards. Oh man.
I might have to tap out after this one, you guys. This might be about it for me.
Cool. No worries, man.
No worries.
Been going for about...
Zom 100.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
Zom 100? That's a great show.
Yeah.
All right, Weeb help. I guess shoot your top 3 really quick. I'll shoot mine after.
Yeah, top 3. JJK's up there right now for me. Chainsaw Man was
Okay.
really good.
Hey.
And
Chainsaw Man's
then
fantastic.
The third one. Oh, what would I like? I mean, if I'm going back, the one that came to mind was Blue Exorcist for me.
Wow. No one gives love to Blue Exorcist. I love that show.
Season 1 was probably one of my favorite ones. I was like, I watched that one 2 or 3 times on repeat when I was younger, and then
Great show.
watched that along with like Death Note. That was also one that I watched on repeat a couple of times as well when I was younger.
Death Note's that's a classic.
I'm like, they're so intriguing, so interesting. It's just a different approach on things, and I was just drawn to those as a kid. So just have been watching quite a bit of those lately.
Nice. All right. Well, then I guess it's up to me and my
Yeah.
top 3.
Let's say.
So my number 1, I guess if you've seen the channel or you've seen the avatar I use for it, obviously it's Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yep.
Favorite show of all time. And then I would say number 2 is Code Geass. I really like Code Geass. That would have been
that's
number 1 if
amazing.
Evangelion didn't exist. And then number 3, I don't want to include Berserk because that's my favorite manga, so I'll spice it up a little bit, and I'll say the Monogatari series.
Monogatari. I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah, I don't. If you've ever heard the song, Demason anda jame na 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 na.
Oh, yeah, Renaissance.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Or
was
like
really
something
good.
Renai circulation or something.
Yeah, Ren circulation. What the
Yeah.
heck? How to get Renaissance?
It's a tough word to say.
I don't even-
That song is from that show. That show's really good.
Yeah, if you don't link that in the chat too, I'll take a look at those ones
Yeah.
as well.
Gotcha. I will link. Just look up Monica. You're gonna need a watch order because this show is really weird. There's a million of them,
Oh wait,
and it doesn't go by seasons. Like it goes by like names.
is this the vampire
What?
one thing? Like where
Yes,
the people...
it is the vampire one.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have seen those
with the
ones.
lolly vampire.
Yeah, dude. I've wanted to watch
Yeah.
them, but it's just like every single time I try, I get so confused. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Yeah,
Like-
if you look up like, I would say just watch it in the release order.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way it was released. I never saw all of it. I think I got up to the movies, which are prequels to the first season.
Yeah.
But that was the last thing I watched. I watched a lot of it though, and I could definitely say that's one of my favorite anime of all time.
What makes it so good?
It is, in my opinion, it's anime the anime.
It's anime the anime. What does that even mean?
So it's a rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like a shonen, but it's also a slice of life. It's also supernatural and horror. It's also like really weird psychological, like the shows that like really deep dive into your brain.
Yeah.
It's every genre of anime put into one. I never know. It's a very dialogue heavy show, but there's always action somewhere.
Yeah,
And then sometimes it's just normal.
So it's not
It's
like...
ecchi, like it's every single genre.
Huh.
It's
Yeah,
really weird.
I'm picturing... I'm remembering the... Isn't there like a... I'm seeing something where like they're on like a track of some sort, and like some dude's arms keep getting ripped off or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's the vampire fight scene from the movies.
Okay, so those are the movies. Those aren't even the series itself then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's still part of it. It's the prequel to the series. So you definitely have to watch the movies at some point. There's like 3 movies.
Okay, so if there's 3, okay, yeah, there's so many, like, that's the hard part. Like, there's so many different animes and different shows to watch. It's just like, which one do I start with? Where do I go? Like,
You start with Bake Monogatari.
okay, okay,
Yeah. That's where I started, and then you can just look up like a release order for them and just watch them in release order.
okay. That's simple enough. And then
Yeah.
let's say we do a stream again. Do you guys like how I did it, just like a day's notice, or do you think there should be like a couple of days in advance where it's like, all right, we're gonna be streaming this day at this time type of thing?
I would say like a day or 2 notice would be good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then just let me know what time. I work till like 7:30, so I'm usually free around 9 o'clock.
Okay. Is
So whenever
that Eastern or
whenever you
Standard,
guys
or
are ready.
what?
That'd be 9 o'clock Central. So for you, I don't know what
I
that
think
would
that should be 8 for me. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
'Cause I'm
Yeah, because you're
Mountain.
West Coast, correct? Like Colorado?
Yeah, Mountain Standard Time.
Mountain
Central's.
Standard. All right.
Yeah, I think that's accurate if I'm remembering correctly.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, just let me know.
yeah, ping you on Discord or something like that, and kind of see where it
Yeah.
goes from there.
Yeah, and if you guys have other games you guys want to play, I have like Halo Infinite and stuff like that. So if you guys like playing that, it's free. We could do whatever, anything you guys want to do.
I'd love to do that.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a stream deck, so I mean, if you know a different way for me to stream to the PC, like to my Mac, without having one of those, then like I'm game to give that a try. What are
Yeah,
the...
let me look up some stuff and I'll come back to you and
Okay.
see if I can find some ways to work around that. Because you only work off a MacBook?
Yeah, that's all I have right now. That's all. That's it. So we were talking about building a PC earlier today. Asian Ghost was saying it might be a little bit more expensive, but yeah, that was something that we do have I only have a Mac as of right now. I'd like to get a PC.
I was told to
and build
warn
one.
you guys about the lollies in Monogatari. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
I
you-
was gonna ask you the same thing, dude. I was like, what are the lollies and
There's a lot of lollies. Just be careful.
like?
What?
It gets weird. You gotta trust the process.
I don't even know what lollies are. Is that something we can talk
Lollies
about?
are
on
yeah,
YouTube?
lollies are the yeah, that's a thing. It's in every anime. It's the little cute girls.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they're the young ones, but sometimes you ever watch like Arrow Manga Sensei or like Nisekoi or some crap?
No, dude. So like I'll be completely transparent with you guys. I love anime, but I don't know much about anime. So like lollies is
You're on the good side of anime. I'm deep in the trenches, buddy.
yeah. I guess I never
Yeah.
gave
Lollies
myself
are like
permission
the
to go
little
down there.
girls that they're like trying to make look nice and want to like give you sex appeal for, and you're like, what? Yeah, that's just it's a part of anime. But there's a lot of it in it. You just gotta trust the process.
Where does
I hate lollies.
this come from? Like who comes up with these ideas? It's always been my
The
question.
idea or the term? Lolly comes from the
Yes.
term Lolita, which comes from a movie slash I believe book. I think made from America or France. I don't remember where that came from, but it was about a guy that was having a really weird sexual relationship with a younger girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so
that's
that's where the term lollies come from. They call it lollicons.
interesting. Because yeah, there's the whole
It's very
concept
strange.
too. Like just like
Yeah,
every anime girl is always in high school, and they always look like they're in their mid-20s or something like that. And it's just like I shouldn't be attracted to her
that's
right now.
why. Yeah,
And here it
that's
is.
why they have an infatuation. A lot of anime came from like Western tropes.
I thought it was all Eastern though.
You'd be surprised how much they got a lot of inspiration from the West,
Huh.
which then became us taking the inspiration that they evolved in the East, and then taking it back to make like Hollywood movies and stuff like that.
That's so
Because
interesting.
if you look at like The Matrix, that's just Ghost in the Shell.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So Ghost in the Shell was made first, and then they made the Matrix afterwards.
Yep. You'll notice it immediately just by watching it.
I need
Like
to
the
watch.
first 5 minutes of Ghost in the Shell, you'll be like, "This is the Matrix."
Huh. I'm gonna need to watch that now.
And
Because I
yeah,
just
there's a lot of. Oh, go continue.
no, I was just gonna say like I just recently watched Matrix about a year ago or so, and they completely changed my mind and perspective on everything that I thought to be true. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of influence. So it's just so weird how here in America, a lot of our like Hollywood culture,
Mhm.
like the big buff guys, like you ever notice how you watch like Fist of the North Star, or Dragon Ball, and JoJo's, and it's just buff people fighting all the time.
Yeah.
That comes
Yeah.
from here. That came from here because our Hollywood movies were just buff guys fighting, shooting shit.
Yeah. So they just
And then we took like their ideas, which was like all the cyberpunk futuristic stuff,
Mhm.
and like just different tropes, and we took that here and started spinning into our own. I believe like Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream both directly reference and kind of rip off Perfect Blue, which is an anime movie.
Perfect Blue.
Oh damn.
Huh. And then what's
Yeah.
the
And
no
JoJo.
JoJo?
Huh?
There you go.
No, I was
Yeah,
go ahead, you guys.
Oh, okay, but like, in JoJo, they reference West bands for
Mhm.
some of the stam names. I
yeah,
just want to point that out.
yeah. So a lot of JoJo's came from like Eastern stuff, or yeah, Western. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be-
Western.
yeah, it comes from a lot of Western stuff. It's just so funny how that cycle of inspiration just kind of came right back, and now Hollywood's just like, yeah, this anime stuff, we got to start taking advantage of it.
Yeah, they it's all a money grab. It feels like.
Oh yeah, because Japan was like, we could make money making this cool stuff from America, and then now America's like, we can make cool stuff from this Japan stuff. So it's just a little money cycle that constantly goes. I'm appreciative of it because I really do like movies like Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan and The Matrix. And if anime inspired that and we inspired that type of anime to even come out in the first place, then I'm cool with it.
I haven't seen Black Swan, I don't think.
No, it's the one with I think Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
They're like the lesbian dancers.
Oh.
Like that whole like psychological performer thing is directly just Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue. Dude, how do you know?
Yes. How do I know this?
this? Yeah.
I watched a lot of anime since I was 14.
Okay.
And the funny thing was I didn't have the internet,
yeah.
so I wasn't able to like watch modern anime unless it was on Toonami.
Oh,
So
same.
when I did have the internet, and anime YouTube back in like 2013, 2014 was a completely different landscape than it is now. So when you go back, I'd watch like smaller YouTube channels that had like the same subs as us,
Mhm.
the same counts, and they would review like Berserk 1997 or Perfect Blue the movie, and talk about like these old 90s shows because it was just like 30-year-old guys talking about shows they watched in the 90s and 80s. And so I ended up picking those up and watching stuff like that. and liking it a lot more than the modern stuff. And then once I got like more internet access, I started trying to keep up with what anime was today. So like I still haven't seen shows like Future Diary or Assassination Classroom or what you call it, Prison School, stuff like that. Like I haven't seen those yet because I don't watch a lot of modern anime.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I mean, Prison School is a little over the top. I mean, I enjoyed it when I watched it, but trying to go back and rewatch it, I was like, oh, yeah,
It's
I'm
wild.
not at that point anymore in my life, but it was exciting when I did watch it the first time. Future Diaries is really good too. And what's your victory? No trust, bad touch, crying, sobbing. Is that?
Yeah, she says no, don't trust the lollies. She says don't trust the process. I beg to differ, but to each his own. If you don't like it after 3 episodes, drop it. I loved it. I thought the show was fantastic.
Hey,
When it got 3's great.
I can do 3 episodes. That's typically
They're
that's
short seasons. They're all like 12 episodes.
oh, that's easy enough then.
Oh,
Yeah, trying
It's a
to
fun ride.
watch just like 1 or 2 episodes a day-ish or so, or like 1 episode at the end of the night, kind of wind down a little bit. Which is
I
always
try
nice.
to do that, and I end up watching like 8 episodes of an anime, especially if it's like a trashy romance comedy. And I'm like, I'm in. These two need to be together. Come on.
I
Give
need
it to
I
me.
need to see them come together. I need it. I need it to be a part of me.
I get mad when characters don't kiss. I'm like, what do you mean they're not kissing?
true.
Come on.
They're supposed to kiss, right? Like, isn't that what we're here for?
Hey, I'm still waiting for that in Rent a Girlfriend, and it's been like 300 chapters.
Bro, it's never gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, at this point, man, I can't wait to make my magnum opus, which is just the Rent a Girlfriend video that's like an hour long.
When are you gonna do that?
I might save that for like the 1,000 sub special
Yeah. What? Why
Yeah.
save it though?
because it's not over. The manga's still going,
Oh, so
and the anime's only like 3 seasons in. And it's not even close to where the manga's at.
okay, so you'll do it until like you reach that until
Yeah.
that. Okay, gotcha.
When I feel like I have enough, because at this point it's the same 5 chapters over and over. So once I feel like there's like an evolution, and I'm like, all right, now I can talk about this, then I'll give my full complete thoughts on it.
Nice. I like that. Cool. Awesome, dude. I think that'll be the good spot for us to finish. I could keep going with you guys for another couple of hours, and this is my
Absolutely.
problem. Like, it's a good problem to have. Like,
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
appreciate you guys
Yeah,
coming
thank
on.
you
I'll
too.
ping you guys next time, and we'll probably I'm planning on doing another one next Saturday or Friday night or something like that. So if you guys want to join, more than welcome to. And we'll just
Absolutely.
see what we can do from here.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you,
Amazing.
boys. I'll talk to you guys
Later,
soon.
boys.
Later.
Later, guys.
Later.
Well, that was exciting. Great stream. First stream of the new year, I'd say. And do apologize for any audio that was messed up at the beginning. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one.